What
Oh,
happened?
I pressed the wrong thing. There we go. Dusk's done. I came back with 10
Okay.
seconds left. I'm so good at timing, guys. Anyways, we're
Nice.
live. Where did Rosie go?
Oh
Yay.
shit. Oh, we're all...
Who's
Oh.
Rosie?
Hi.
I'm back.
Oh, okay, welcome back.
Yoo-hoo.
We made it, guys. We're all here.
Yippee.
Except Nyx. Rip and piss.
Yeah, I hit him with a
Ripping
car.
piss boy. Ooh.
Fucker's sick. It's crazy.
It's crazy that he's sick.
Sick because I hit him with my car.
True.
Alright, so last we left off, Rylerin reminisced on Renman's teachings regarding the person he accidentally killed in a fight that, to be fair, he did not start, nor did the rest of the party. Teachings that said to make amends to those close to the dead and honor them. The party made their way around the backside of the Svehelen estates into a secret entrance that they accessed, thanks to Dudley, and did a little bit of looking around. Allure found a scroll of summon aberration. Lilith found an ornate spear and a map where the Tracelands are marked by the name of Polarisa instead of the name of the Tracelands. Eventually, the party came to find out that one of their admittedly short-term allies was no ally at all, but an Oni in disguise. Fought the party won, managed to get some decent valuables off of it, including some healing potions, some money, and in the general area, a trident with moss and growth crusted onto it from inside of a bin of straight-up filthy water. In the attack, Dudley is killed, and the party has to look around to try to find anything that could be used in supplement of Revivify to little success. Lilith offers to Rylerin a small rock that was apparently left to her by her late mother, for reasons she cannot understand. Rylerin says, alright, well, it's fucking better than nothing, and tries to cast the ritual using the rock. The rock is broken open, revealing that it is a geode, but it is not fully spent. Instead, the spell takes Rylerin's very, very nice, very discounted
Very new.
full set of armor. Bummer.
Fuck, man.
Resurrection or revivification, perhaps, of Dudley is completed, admittedly, with some side effects, as he seems to be partially, if not completely, blind as a result. Still, he's happy to be alive, and says that he'd rather be blind than dead. He conducts a sort of ritual that acquires all of the archives that the party had gone underground for, and condenses them into a book that is able to contain information in much a similar way to how a bag of holding can contain items. It has a bottomless amount of pages, and is navigated using the power of math, unfortunately.
Fuck.
Still, all of the archives are copied down, and while the rest of them still sit under the estate, we plan to leave them there at least for the moment, but on our way out we realized that the entrance we had used had in fact collapsed earlier. Allure also went exploring around and found a metal trunk, which he attempted to open, which caused an explosion. Then he attempted to open again, and some sort of enchantment spell happened, but it didn't take hold, so luckily he was only singed. And in the process, acquired a rather impressive sum of 127 platinum pieces. Yippee. Also, some proof of individual sort of documents for someone by the name of Leifer Stonewater, assumedly a false identity, and proof that they have some stakes in a company or group called the Middlemen, It's a merchant group that are kind of shady, operate in the south of the continent. The party splits up the platinum, giving a cut even to Dudley. And I believe Rylerin and Allure took a little off the top.
Make it an even 100.
Yeah.
What?
They split the
Damn.
excess 27 between the two of them, and the other 100 between the 5.
Wow.
Minus
6,
Palfy,
really.
because Palfy found 100 gold.
Yeah,
Those is-
Palfy said, I don't need it, I already found some money.
Wow, taking advantage of Ganark's unable to count. How dare you?
We didn't! You didn't know that there's more!
Yeah.
Damn.
And then, yeah, so the party solves this little puzzle. It wasn't a very hard one. You had to order some small statues, or idols, really, statuettes, if you will. In the same way they are ordered outside of the Svehelen estate, and when they were all put in, the door clicked, opened, and upon ascending the stairs, we found ourselves in a precarious position. Sat ahead of you is a dragonborn, sort of resting his head on his hand. He looks very relaxed on this chair, which is effectively a throne in this situation. And he looks over you all and says, "Welcome to the Svehelen estate." And that is where we left off.
And that's where we're in session. Let's get good again, guys.
This isn't the bathroom.
Good session.
That's
Do you say
crazy.
that? Have you had that cocked and loaded for the past week?
No.
That's crazy.
I will also, just to describe things better, because the rest of this room is now mapped out.
Oh,
You can
fuck yeah.
see pretty much everything. It looks like there were
Oh.
bookshelves that were over where you are now and were moved for whatever reason. A bunch of people in here who look like they helped move them. You can see on the opposite side similar bookshelves, so you assume that these shelves were where you are currently standing, which is why they didn't know that there was a trapdoor under this. A trapdoor you have just climbed out of.
Yeah, this does not look good.
To
Doesn't look
your
good,
to the
guys.
party's left, our right, over here, red token, is the druid that was very angry about Rylerin's mishap, where he murdered someone. He is still glaring daggers at Rylerin. You can also see ahead a fairly tall man in a plague doctor mask.
Oh.
Another very much shorter individual, also in a plague doctor mask. Of course, the Dragonborn, who those of you with any level of intellect have surmised, is the head of the Svehelen clan, the patriarch. Next to him stands a pretty tall, probably like low 8 foot, high 7 foot, you know?
Oh. Oh, no.
It's fine. Goliath woman with a
Hello.
long greatsword. Sort of held out in front of her. You know how they'll use it, like they'll rest it in front of them.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
Kind of sword, like blade facing into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
She looks to be his guard. She has a very hard to read expression, not helped by the fact that her mouth is covered and she has a hood up. She has very heavy clothing, especially for this Mediterranean sort of climate. She's not dressed for the weather. Hold on. I want to change their token color.
Oh no, they're important.
Over here is a purple-skinned tiefling with kind of shaggy, long hair, some earrings. I'll send the picture that I used as reference, but this is not my drawing, so unfortunately.
Hello.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to riz anybody up?
Yes, you are allowed.
You can
They
try.
are
This just
They're sitting there with their arms crossed, smirking a little bit. And they kind of like look over at the party and like smile and give you all a nod, respectfully. You can see holstered at their hip a flute. Appears to be a bard, you would guess.
Important.
And then two others that are just sort of, your standard grunts. They don't look especially interesting compared to the rest of the people here. This one looks like he wants to say something. This one looks like they are amused by the situation.
Oh, sorry. Which one wants to say something? Druid?
The druid.
Okay.
Yeah, you have some guesses as to what they might want to say, but all are silent out of respect for the patriarch by the looks of things.
Yeesh.
And he continues, just what were you doing underneath my property?
Spelunky?
What?
Flunking is crazy.
Spelunking! Yo!
Spelunking you were doing down there was rather loud.
Mm.
Caused a bit of a ruckus.
I'm a very loud person.
He kind of
Aw.
he looks at Gnark and then back at you and is like, I wouldn't expect you to be the reason for that noise, but kind of like shrugs. He's very cavalier, very, very relaxed. He feels in control of the situation. That's the vibe you're getting, which makes
Yeah.
sense, but he knows that he has all the power here.
Yeah.
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 um,
Yeah.
the tall masked man standing next to him kind of leans toward him for a second. You assume he's saying something, but you can't hear, and you can't exactly read his lips because he has a mask on.
I know, and I'm upset.
The patriarch ahead of you kind of just like nods. He doesn't say anything. Turns his attention back to you and says, I think some introductions are in order. You met some descriptions we've heard for the most part, although I don't recognize two of you and one of you is missing.
We don't exactly have a say in whether or not we do introductions, do we?
No, you don't.
Ryan kind of gives a sigh, and I'm gonna like look at the group. Like, does there seem to be any objections from the party?
No.
I don't object.
No, yeah, no objections.
Like, what can she do?
Yeah, yeah, we're kind
If
of.
this is the safest option, then I mean, yeah. I'd rather them know my name then yeah. No. I'm
Meow.
not, no.
No.
Yeah, I
Then
heard
yeah.
I heard you.
Okay,
I don't know
good,
what the
good.
hell Arson's got going on
Jesus
over there.
Christ.
To remind
Is-
you, I have auditory processing issues.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Meow.
Meow.
Damn, is Trouble really talking over me? I can't
I'm gonna
believe him.
fucking cry. Anyways, Rylerin will step up and just like, my name's Rylerin. I'll look back at the crew like, please don't make me do the introduction.
Go on.
Go.
I'm
He
alone.
gives you a nod.
Hello.
He seems to respect that you step forward first. What did... I didn't hear you, Jacob.
I'm a lord. Nice to meet you.
Like what?
Good art.
Coffee.
Lilith. Charmed, patriarch. And she does like a bow.
Okay.
Patriarch. Dudley kind of says in a hushed tone. Not entirely certain what's going on. And he goes, Dudley.
Dudley.
Looks... He's kind of sweating.
Poor guy.
And he kind of, he raises an eyebrow and he's like, I'm sure. To Lilith. And then he kind of like, he leans in the other direction in his seat, and says, I am Igneous V. Helen. As you have guessed, I am the Patriarch. Let me... Boop.
Is this house made of wood, perhaps?
Oh my
Or
god!
this building?
This building is made of wood, yes.
Oh, I
Good-
thought
good
that
to
he
know.
was asking Ignir. She's like, hey, by the way, nice introductions. Is this made of wood?
Yes, nice to meet you. Is this wood?
Is
Use your
this-
eyes,
what is
stupid.
Is this mahogany by chance?
Or
Lovely
cherry.
wood, which, is this imported? No.
Really good.
Fuck
I
this
take
one.
half the fire damage, so you're all good for me, man.
No, I'm not.
I'm not everyone here.
He points to the Goliath woman next to him and says, "This is Kuval." She does not move. She is completely unflinching.
Horrifying.
It is off-putting. And he points to the tiefling in the corner, the one with the flute holstered, and says, "That is Andelia." They kind of like, they do a sort of like a showman's bow, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like push off of the wall that they're leaning on and do the full bow. And says, "And you've met these other three, although I don't believe you have their names." Despite saying that, he does not tell you their names.
I nervously look at the druid. I actually changed my mind. I do not want to have my back to the druid.
You're kind of like, you see, he's clutching something. You can't see what.
Oh, I'm so gonna get stabbed in the back, bro. I'm so gonna get stabbed in the back.
Not if we stop him first.
I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah, I gotta give you that one. So, he's like, "So I imagine you're not feeling talkative about what exactly we're doing. Because I suspect spelunking is a perhaps half-truth." He's waiting for you guys to say something.
I don't want to say shit.
Oh. No, we were splunking.
Wait, the fifth? Yo, Fletcher's here, muted.
Oh my god. Yo, hold on. Let me get rid of your on vacation.
You could see him under the on vacation sticker.
There you go. Hi, Nick.
I'm on vacation, guys.
Oh, I cannot hear you.
Yeah.
Fucking
Maybe
Nick's-
just change the opacity to like 50 for the on vacation.
But stick it over specifically his face.
Okay, hold on.
While you do that, so he sees that no one's saying anything, and he's just like, kind of like massages his temple for a bit and is like, "I don't want this to break out into a brawl, least of all on my own home. You understand? I'm sure you agree."
Oh, well, that's good
he
to hear.
looks at
We'll
you
be
like,
on our way.
We'll be
I'm
out of
sure you
here.
also
Out of your hair.
understand that I can't do that.
Mm-mm.
I don't know
Rosie,
what
is
you
his
all are
name
plotting.
familiar?
Whose? Igneous?
Igneous V. Helen.
Well, most obviously, Svihelen is the name of the mafia in the town.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I mean, roll me history.
Swag. Oh, D&D Beyond, please, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh no,
It-
you always tweaking.
Oh no. 15?
Are you rolling the
Um,
physical dice?
The name in particular of Ignir you've heard before. You don't know much, but you remember hearing, like, rumors and things like that from Bournemouth. Probably like a good 10 years ago, probably. About someone by the name of Ignir Svihelen, kind of pushing the military's influence into kind of a corner and gaining more influence over the city of Bournemouth. This is the man who actually did it. He didn't inherit the empire of the mafia, so to speak. He built it from the ground up. That also means he's fairly old. You know that he was considered relatively old to be in a game like this, with such criminality, even back then. So at this point, it's been 10 years added on to whatever it was. You didn't know his exact age, but
Okay.
and he does look old, for Dragonborn at least. They age pretty well. They look pretty similar.
Okay, thank you.
So he's just going to be like, I should note that the sentiment regarding not wanting to fight is not shared by everyone here. And he kind of motions to the druid. Still glaring at Rylerin. Death eyes.
There's sweat on the back of his Ryleron's neck. He's like, wow, it's getting really warm in here. Is it warm?
It will be warmer in hell. No. You see, everyone for the most part seems pretty tense. Obviously the two with the Plague Doctor masks on, pretty difficult to read. The druid is itching for a fight. All of the other people, the grunts in here, are clutching their weapons. The only two who seem completely calm, even as though they're maybe having a good time, are Ignir and Andalir. Kuval is still pretty neutral. She seems like the type that don't really care.
She can go either way.
Yeah. But Andalir and Ignir, they seem perfectly calm. They even confident that either no fight will happen, or if it does, they'll be fine. Seems to be their demeanor right now.
Okay.
And he's just like, could you at least tell me why you can't share this information? Maybe an affiliation of yours? And he kind of looks at you guys knowingly, almost. He seems to be hinting at something when he says that.
It's a secret.
I mean, he's not
Oh my
wrong.
God.
I can't tell you.
I can't tell you. That's a secret.
Kind of sighs a low sigh, He doesn't say actually. He looks at Lilith and says, you were not a member of the reports. You haven't been traveling with this group for long. Tell me, how did you become affiliated with them?
Lilith's in her head, she's like, God damn it. Fuck. But on the outside, she's probably more composed.
Ryleron's gonna kind of does it look like she's kind of pausing to think? I don't want to step in if you have something to say.
Well, she's gonna say something. I, however, need to think about what she's gonna say.
I can step in and save you. Well, as you can see, we're down a man. We need some hired help.
So you were hired here in town? Some sort of mercenary? Are you being paid for your time?
Yes, I am. I
Then
don't know
you
the
don't know what their
details of this.
intentions are.
Not at all. I'm here just for work.
And what of the man behind you? Referring to Dudley, of course.
What? Dudley.
What man?
I don't
The
know.
Man
blind
behind
one.
me.
I don't even know where we got him. He just kind of just
What?
This
happened.
guy.
The what? Ah, how
The
did you get in
hump?
here?
Oh my goodness, who is this?
Oh, whoa.
After literally helping him up the steps.
Yeah.
She was like,
Lilith dropping him like, oh my
holding him.
god, when'd you get there? Ew.
Ah,
Man.
She's
Topical.
like, also another companion, my partner. She like hold Dudley's hand, just to play it off.
The tall masked individual leans in again to say something, and Ignir nods again. And he looks up and he's like, "So you could be bought out then?"
I nervously look over at Lilith. Like, please say
Well,
no.
Lilith hasn't been with the party for very long.
But we
She
can
say
get you
whatever she
information.
wants. Yeah,
So
but
can
so
money.
could he.
Oh
and so
no.
So can he.
I brought your Pookie back. Please, I psych out of my armor for you.
You could also lie. You could say yes when you mean no.
True.
That's true. She'll give him a smile. She's like, for a price, of course.
Okay. I don't
That's
want the
crazy.
party to know whether you're lying or
So you're
not.
gonna do a straight charisma and then tell us the total. Right?
What I was gonna say,
Oh?
if you are honestly saying you can be bought out, if you genuinely are willing to be paid a price and then abandon the party, DM me that. If not, roll a deception off record, obviously, and DM me that.
Okay.
If you have physical dice or just roll, if you look up dice roller,
Can
on
I
Google,
insight?
it'll- Yeah, you can
Roll
insight.
deception.
If you're lying, roll deception. If not, just DM me and say you're not lying. But either way, DM me the result.
The fuck was that? Oh my god.
Did you read that? Roll 20.
Yeah, the roll 20. It scared me in so
very
bad. Not gonna lie.
high
I'm so
insight.
sorry.
Yeah, 21 insight. I'm looking. Who's circling? Stop it.
But now you're back. It's to the druid, and
I'm not. Oh no.
You explode.
Hey, Laura, I'm just gonna.
Lore.
Hey, Laura, you wanna just switch spots? Thanks.
Tradesies.
oh great, you're in
Great.
front of me. It's gonna be great whenever I use my party.
Please don't burning hands.
Burning
You
hands.
literally would have only hit me too, you motherfucker.
That's the best part.
Radaman's
Okay,
not
so he's gonna kind of like, he makes a hand motion. It's not really like any particular gesture. It's just kind of like a wave of his hand. And the androgynous purple tiefling, Andalier, kind of like sees the hand gesture because it was directed toward them, and they kind of like motion specifically Lilith and Dudley to come toward them.
What did my 21 insight get me?
She seems, I mean, if nothing else, she's a good liar.
Oh, boy.
So you don't know who she's lying to, right?
Yeah.
But I would say with a 21, something about her words, something about the way she says it, like, I can be bought out for a price. You get the vibe that, like, yeah, if he paid her a bajillion platinum, she probably would. But it's kind of a vibe of, like, the price is probably a little too high.
Okay.
But again, it's hard to tell because if nothing else, she's a smooth talker.
Yeah, I don't know what the price point is, so
Yeah.
it can go
You get the
either
vibe
way.
that her price is probably high. So Andalier kind of waves you toward them. Do you go toward them?
Yes. She'll go without Dudley, because he's still, blind. And it's...
As you step forward, Andalier kind of points to Dudley and says, "Him too, please."
Uh-oh.
Well, you see, my partner's not in the best condition at the moment. Unfortunately, he was blinded by some sort of creature recently.
Oh, there goes
Um,
ours.
Ignir says, "What creature? Specifically?"
Well, while we were spelunking, we came across some sort of Oni, I believe. Horrible, horrible things happened to my poor Dudley.
That's so
He was
funny.
blinded in the end of it all. Thankfully, he's fine.
Okay.
Pulling all this shit out of my ass, God!
Yeah.
You're doing good, you're doing good.
That's peak D&D, pulling shit out of your ass, even as a DM.
True.
So Andalier says, "Well, at this point, you're officially, in... What's the word? I'm forgetting.
You can do it.
Andalier's not, I am. Negotiations for a new contract in place of the one you're currently in, and it's just bad business to harm someone you're in negotiations with. I can assure your safety."
Shit.
She's like, all right. But if... What is the term?
Is that
English
what you
is not my
say?
first... No. English is not my first language. Let me think.
Let
Really?
you cook.
Give me a second.
English hard, bro.
Oh, English hard. I should have taken ESL.
Oh no.
Should have taken ESL when I immigrated. My
It'd be
parents just
that way.
trusted my English that good. They should not have. I'm blanking on it. Lilith is
Describe
just
it.
like, all right.
Do you want to describe
Nah.
it? We can help.
It's fine. It's fine. She will
Grandma?
take herself, and it's okay. She'll take herself and Dudley and go here.
Yeah,
Here?
they're kind of like waving you like around here.
Okay.
And they kind of give a look to these guys who kind of like step back a bit just to not be threatening, you know? And they take their hands off of their weapons. The ones over here, like this guy, and I mean, you can't really see this guy, any of you, but you can like kind of catch a glimpse.
Yeah.
These two still fully have their weapons out.
Okay. Well, Lilith will like kind of side eye this guy then, right?
Side eye who?
And this guy, because like Ryler
Oh, yeah.
and Alor, Gnark, and Palfi can't see this guy. She'll like kind of glance over, and then look at Rylerin to see if like he gets the memo.
Man, I have
that
9
there's somebody
intelligence.
else. There's somebody else
Yeah, but
here.
your passive insight is good.
Yeah.
So you
Passive
understand
insight
the
17.
vibe.
Okay.
You understand the vibe. Someone's over there.
So that if a fight does break out, that they know that there's not like
Yeah, there's more.
just this one guy here. There's somebody else there.
Yeah, there's more. And there, that meets the eye.
Yep. So
All right. So, Ignir turns his attention back to the group, and is just like, at any rate, if you're not willing to tell me anything, I can't just let you leave. The lot of you are dangerous.
Aw, thanks.
Nope.
I'm trying to think of what to do here. 'Cause I don't want to tell him information, but also if we kill him, then it doesn't matter what we tell him.
That is true.
I mean, we could ask him what information he's looking for specifically and just
Yeah,
fly from there or whatever.
that's what I was thinking. I know when I'm cornered. What information apart from what we're doing down there are you exactly looking from us? You're asking questions before. What do you want to know?
Any insight, really. I don't need to know exactly what you are doing if I have some idea. I need to know that it's safe to allow you back into the streets. For example, who are you working for? And again, it seems like he thinks he knows the answer. It seems like he's looking for an answer in particular.
Yeah.
Although you're not sure if you're not sure if saying that would help you.
Well, we don't technically work for anybody, so that's a fine answer for me to say. We work for ourselves. We don't really answer to anybody. We make our own choices.
You kind of his brows furrow, and he says, "Would you mind if Kuval here patted you down? She won't take anything from you, but I'd like to know what you have on you, for peace of mind."
Let me look at what I have. I don't know, inventory. I have my weapon. I personally don't have anything that would be an issue. No, yes I do. Oh, I don't. Okay. I don't want her to know. I don't want her to know. Oh, and that broken amulet is probably just in my bag in like a pouch, right? Which she could find.
Probably, yeah.
I don't want her to find that.
Damn.
I'm fine with a pat down on one term. A request. There is a personal item that I don't really like sharing. It's just something from my past that I'm not ready to share yet, if you don't mind. It'll fit in the palm of my hand, it ain't nothing.
Many objects could fit into the palm of one's hand. That does not afford me any peace of mind. And if I allow you to keep something out of our sight, that has the exact opposite effect of what this is supposed to be. I'll just be wary of that item.
I don't have any magic that can help me with this. And not only that, there's also probably some kind of detect magic, I wouldn't be surprised, going on. And I'm assuming you want to pat down a Velvus?
I would like one, yes.
I'm gonna look at the group, like, turn around and kind of give them a look like, do you guys have any incriminating evidence on you?
Mark does not remember.
Oh my god.
Mark, I love you so
No,
much.
Gnark just straight up shrugs.
Shugs.
Yeah.
Shugs.
Yeah. Basically, it's like.
Shrugs my shoulders.
I mean, I generally don't have anything, so
The ones that I'm most concerned about is the papers that we just got from that Aelor has, I believe. Or is that Lilith that has them because she had the jacket that I
I
sent
thought
to
it was
Aelor?
Dudley that has them. No.
No, so
Dudley
Dudley
has-
has the book. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's the papers we found in the chest with the will and everything like that. Not the will, but the I own a portion of this company or whatever.
Right.
I
Yeah,
don't.
that's definitely on Ryler and Urlor.
Yeah,
Mm.
they didn't give it to Lilith.
Well, no, I tossed Aelor's jacket with to Lilith. So I was wondering.
Aelor took his jacket back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lilith wouldn't have kept it.
I'll kind of like specifically look at Aelor and be like, "What do you think?"
He is tending to a wound.
Sorry, what?
Jacob cut his finger, and I. assuming he was-
Jacob!
What?
What did you cut your?
Why was he messing with a knife?
To be fair, I've done the same.
Yeah, but
so.
you shouldn't be either.
For completely different reasons. No, I'm kidding.
Welcome back, Jacob. Are you okay?
Well,
Hi. Are you
Hello.
good?
It's insane.
yeah, I'm good.
Why were you playing
Yeah, I'm
with a
fine.
knife?
Oh, I'm dumb.
That's like elementary school.
Oh.
Don't play with knives, don't run with scissors.
Did you were you able to hear us, or did you not have headphones?
I didn't have phones.
Okay, so essentially we're being asked for a pat down. I have two concerns: my broken amulet of Raceman and the papers that we just found downstairs.
Are they going to pat down?
All of us? They would like to.
Everyone but Lilith and Dudley.
Dudley has the book, right?
Yes,
Dudley
Dudley
has
has
the
a
book,
book, so
But
that's not a
you have
concern.
the,
And so we don't actually have any papers, right?
you
Yes,
have
we
the
do.
falsified documents you found with the money.
Quickly burn them.
Oh,
What
I
you
mean,
assume
Alara's the
are
I mean,
best
I
to
don't want to be
find them.
pat down. I don't really want to be pat down either.
What do you have?
He said he wouldn't take anything, he just wanted to know what you guys had.
And I'm supposed to trust him.
No. But that's what he said. I mean, you can insight check him.
We can also just
No, I
verbally
don't
ask
trust
him, like, "Hey, how can we trust you?"
Um,
Do it, Aelor. Do your role player moment.
yeah, I mean, I'll insight check him.
Alright.
You got this, Pookie.
Come on, Jacob.
You got this, Jacob. Make him wait for it. Boom.
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 14. Thick.
Nice.
Yep, 14.
My neck.
He is being calm and open. He has enough control over this situation that you feel he would straight up tell you he was going to take your stuff if he was planning to.
Fair enough.
He'd be like, do you care if Kuval takes everything you have on you? For safety reasons. And obviously you'd say no, but...
I really am worried that he's going to take my scroll.
Yeah, that's another thing. You don't want the scroll to be taken.
I'm pretty attached to it already.
Fucking wizards!
I will say, the druid seems to be getting less and less complacent by the second. He already looks like he might just attack suddenly. So, In character, you guys are gonna want to maybe keep the conversation going.
What is the point of this said pat down if you aren't going to take our weapons and such?
I'd like to be aware of what equipment you have.
And if we have something that you don't like, what then? You gonna take it?
Well, I
leave it.
know that you'll have weapons. That's only fair. Even if you actually were spelunking, you would come armed. Plus, I can see the weapons you have from here, but I'm worried about more fine trinkets. If you have a bomb, for example, I'd rather not be in the room when it goes off. You understand?
And we're supposed to just trust you?
You don't have many other options.
We have
I mean-
combat.
Realistically, what does patting down us do? Because, I mean, a lot of us have spells, you know. Like, spells make it a lot... Like, we don't have to have anything on our
You
person.
won't gain anything from it, then why not let me do it?
I mean, because we don't trust you? Isn't that obvious?
Well, I want to pat you down because I don't trust you, but
Will you
there's
allow
not a
us?
whole lot we can do to bridge this gap except for take risks. And
I'm not much of a
currently,
risk
I hold
taker
all the
right now.
cards.
Oh my god.
That being said, you're welcome to ask something of me in return if you'd like.
Gonna say if anything, Coffee can like step forward and be like offer to pat down first. If anything, like to sort of secure.
Give
the
us some
trust.
time.
Yeah.
Question DM. So, my amulet, it's like broken in half. I know that much. Is it possible for me to be able to show it without showing the symbol?
No.
Fuck.
It is like... It's pretty much just the symbol.
Mm-hmm. So they see it, and if they know what Raisman is, it's fuck. I'm fucked.
Yeah. I mean, unless they're fans of Raisman.
Yeah, but then it's broken, and it's still bad.
Well, if they're not fans of Raisman, maybe they'll see that it's broken and be chill.
It's a 50-50 gamble I have to take. I know that Ross is within. Ross is a Raceman follower, right?
Yes.
I know that he's within the Helen, so did he mention if there's other Raceman followers? I'm trying to remember.
I mean, if we let him pat us down, we might as well just give him the papers we got from the chest.
I mean, I was thinking like if it looks like if the combat's our best situation, like yeah, you can pat me down and then just punch them as they're while
Be
they're patting down.
so
or some shit.
funny, but also we don't know what these people can do.
Right. Yeah. That's my second question. Like, is combat our best option here? If not, then I'm
I
not
don't think it
anything.
is. They also
We're
haven't
pretty
had a combat
outnumbered.
before this. We're a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
tapped.
True.
Not completely, but
Oh, we took a short rest.
Yeah, but also Riley doesn't have our armor, so I don't want like.
I
you
don't
know-
have armor. I have 4 slots left. 5 slots. I can't do math.
Here, let me talk to my party members for a second, and then we'll tell you. We'll decide how we want to deal with this pat down situation.
He kind of puts his hand forward to, permissively, right, and kind of leans back and is like, please, go on.
I would appreciate if we had some space to do it, and I'm gonna look specifically at like the druid and the 2 men standing right there.
Okay,
I'm
but
going
you
to
should know that there are people positioned on the other side of that wall if you try to break through it.
And that's fine. I just like some privacy for us to chat, that's all.
Yeah, as he's saying that, he motions the others, and these 2 they're fine. They're like,
The
all right.
druid
they
wants to
go back,
fucking
right?
throw hands.
He is like, he's backing away from you. He's keeping his eyes on you.
Oh no.
He seems very begrudging.
I'm going to try to covertly cast Mage Armor on Rylan.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Sleight of hand.
Oh. 19.
Nice.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of like go through the motions of casting the spell, but you keep it fully obscured behind either Gnark or your coat. So there's just, because Gnark covers half of what they would be able to see anyway, and you can kind of keep the rest mostly outside of their line of sight. You're pretty sure they didn't see, and if they did, they didn't say or do anything. So
Thank you.
Yeah, your
Wait, does
AC
Mage
is
Armor?
now.
Wait, pause. Does it?
It works with shield. It works with shield.
Okay, that's all I need to know. So it's a base 13.
Plus your dex.
So that adds my. So I'll be at 16. Sick. I can take a hit.
So for all the weird negotiations are probably going to break down.
My concern is that he seems to be looking for some kind of an answer as to who we're working for, and I'm afraid that Raisman is what he. I'm not gonna say Raisman out loud. I'm afraid that my, previous god, may be what he's looking for. I don't know what the reaction to that will be. It's either gonna be, he's a follower of Swale and isn't a fan that mine's broken, or that he ain't, and there still be some distrust considering I was. That's my concern. I'm not sure what else he may be looking for as to considering our employers, but he also might be thinking that something with trying to think of a covert way of saying Estelle.
Other past interactions, maybe?
Yeah, with our recent interactions. Next town over.
Do we think we could just give him the papers we got from the chest and then get out of here with the book?
Well, Dudley and Lilith are having their own conversation. They're not a part of us at the moment. They're possibly might be being bought out since they don't know in theory, don't know why we're here.
Well, if that's the case, then what should we do? Are we just going to try and find our way out of here? Or...
Like also to remind you that part of the reason why we came here is to have to dismantle.
So do we just want to try and take them down ourselves? I mean,
do you think that we can do that?
There's 12 of them here, and
if one of us goes down,
combat.
I can't do anything to bring you all back. You know that.
Do we have any good ideas on how to get out of here?
We were just told that outside there's also people. Yeah, so there's also guards outside, so we can't exactly run out.
I was gonna say, if anything, try to just. Oh, Rosie's not here. I was gonna ask if there was like something we could hide, like the fucking amulet and stuff over here, but I don't know if that'd be a dumb idea.
There's nothing to hide it. This is empty. All the bookshelves are pushed away. The best we could do is try to do pass around, but the other issue is us all rolling sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Or at least just two of us to avoid. So I would pass it to somebody, and then they would pass it back to me once I'm patted down.
Wait a minute. How big is this thing?
It's my amulets. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Well, but the papers are also an issue.
The
But, like,
papers are
is
less
there, like-
so an issue. We could be like, hey, we found this splunking. Don't know what's going on with this. We
Yes,
just found.
but we want the papers,
Yeah, but
and they will take it away.
we could get those back in theory.
I don't like our in theory.
The more we argue with them, the less that they're gonna probably give it back if anything.
Not to mention,
could-
there is somebody also losing patience as well. He's
I-
itching for a fight.
I could make a distraction, and y'all get out, and then I can teleport out.
And
And
what
Lilith
if
and Dudley.
Lilith? First of all, second of all, what if they get to you before you can cast that second spell?
I mean, I can take a hit.
They also might have ways to silence you, so you can't cast more. They know that you're a spellcaster.
I mean, anyone else have any ideas?
Unless we
Well-
want to take combat, we might just need to bite the bullet. What's up, Granark?
Hold on.
I'm holding.
They see us as a threat because of the thing you have, right?
It's a 50-50 chance. We don't know which side they're on.
How big is it? How big is this item?
DM, how big my amulet?
You're gonna shove it up your ass.
No!
No.
That's not exactly what I was thinking.
Put it in your mouth.
That was like
It's
I
Swallow.
gestured towards my mouth. That was exactly like
Are you
they don't
gonna...
search their mouth.
like
I just have to say nothing.
probably like the actual amulet itself. I would say is like 4 inches tall. Maybe a little less. It fits in the palm of your hand. And there's like a necklace thing attached to it that, you know, the actual amulet itself is broken into 2 pieces, and the top piece still has the like
Yeah, that's what I imagined.
necklace attached.
I'll kind of like show my palm to Gnark.
Hmm. And then I open my mouth and just point a finger.
Are any of them looking at us, by the way, while
Yes,
we're doing
all
this?
of them. So Godark.
Gnark's back
goddamn.
is turned to us. To turn to them.
Yeah,
but then
he's
like when we
big,
reach
his jaw is opening and his arm is moving to point to his mouth.
Gnark, they might...
Hmm.
I think they saw you pointing to your mouth.
Lilith, you see Andalier is looking in their direction. You see Gnark kind of do that. Unless, I mean, you can try to roll to be subtle about it, Gnark. But
I mean, can I roll to be subtle?
sleight of hand or stealth, you can choose.
You got this.
Oh, dear.
Got this, big boy.
Yeah, they're the same, so.
Oh,
Yeah, no, he's pretty obvious.
Oh my god,
No.
Dark.
It's like,
Gnark
ah.
moment. He makes a sound effect too.
Fuck.
Um,
I'm practicing my vowels.
so Ignar, Lilith, you can see Ignar kind of like smiles a little bit at this. You know, he's amused. And Andalier kind of like looking in Gnark's direction, their hands kind of on their hips, sort of, as if you were stretching your back, you know. And Andalier kind of like sees this and is like, kind of smirks and is like, well, that's one plan to try to smuggle things.
Well, there goes mine.
Lilith is trying so hard not to laugh right now.
Don't you love Gnark and not want to betray him, Lilith?
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah.
How can you say no to this adorable face?
Exactly. He go,
He go,
I
No.
appreciate the effort, Gennard, but I don't know how well that'll work.
Mm,
I kind of give a little pat on his arm, like, it's okay, buddy.
mm.
I'm afraid I might just have to bite the bullet on this.
So we're going to let them pat us down and just trust they won't take anything?
Let's assume that
We can
the worst does
watch.
happen. How can we gain an advantage? Like,
I mean, there's an unknown amount of people here. We don't know what they can do. Apart from one of them, I believe. One of them, I have some ideas of what they might be, but still don't know their capabilities.
I believe you also saw one of the plague doctors, who looked to be kind of a rogue type.
Okay. So we might know something about 2-3 people. What about the rest? They could just brute force us down.
I do have a scroll that has a pretty powerful spell on it.
And what is it exactly?
It's a summon
Oh my god.
aberrant spell.
Abjuration?
Mean.
Aberration.
Aberration.
Yeah, aberration.
Very a different problem.
You want to use that here? What about controlling it? What if you lose control and we have to deal with another thing?
Well, they can't control
I
it.
mean, it could be a distraction at the
it
very
could be,
least.
yeah.
Okay. I guess we'll leave it up to this. Do we want to start a fight, or do we want to try to keep conversation going?
I mean,
Let's keep it going for a bit, and if they do anything, then let's start the.
All right.
we have to either let them pat us down or not, and it's just going to be a fight.
Where
Right,
do you
like-
have the scroll? Is it in your book?
It's in my backpack.
Could you put it in your book so they don't find it?
I don't know. How big is the scroll?
Um,
Could I open it up and put it in the book?
it wouldn't. You'd probably be able to tell at a glance. Under any scrutiny, it'd be clear that the book kind of has this like weird lump in it.
Well, unraveled.
If you unravel it, you'd have to fold it in on itself, and then the thing it's wrapped around would still make a weird,
Oh. Well,
even if it's no longer wrapped around it.
maybe you could just present it and just keep it on your person so they don't take it.
Yeah, I mean, if we're letting them pat me down, then yeah.
Just ask that you can keep it in your hands so they don't take it. Just ensure it. As much.
I think I have an idea on how to keep
All
them away
right,
from it.
let's bite this bullet.
All right, wait. So
We're gonna
just
let
double check it.
we're gonna let them
we're gonna
pat
let
him
them
down, and we'll see what their reactions are. I suppose.
I'm going to take
Do-
out the scroll, my copied down snare and shielding spell, and my book. Hold them all in my under
Yeah.
my arm.
So what do you guys say as you turn and
I will kind of like walk up, take off my backpack, and I will just put it on the ground. As long as we can ensure that nothing's being taken, I think we are agreeing to the pat down.
I thank you for your trust. Is there anything we should know about beforehand? Powerful or dangerous objects even to the touch, or sharp things in strange places? Or anything
I'll
else
nod.
you feel you should share?
I'll nod to like all my spell stuff and be like, these are all extremely dangerous wizard things. Be careful.
If you handle them, we will explode.
Yeah, Andalier, you hear Andalier kind of snicker a little again, like, just at the phrase extremely dangerous wizard things.
It's really funny. I'm gonna make a smirch of that.
So true. Ignore, nods and looks to the other three like, is there anything you would like to share before?
Yeah, I don't believe that I have anything extra in my bag. Because the only item that I've gotten was the siege mace, and that's on my hip right now. So.
Yeah,
And-
I don't have.
Hey.
Nothing dangerous or interesting you'd like to share in advance?
Hmm.
I mean, I guess I hold out like my darts and my dagger, like those are the only two things. Or I guess I can, yeah, I'll
Sure.
hold it out. Yeah, be like,
I guess I might as well pull the fucking bullet, bite the bullet on this. I'll lean down, grab, the broken amulet, and kind of like, in an obvious way of like holding it, like this is broken. Hold this up. Hold it up.
All right. When you do this,
Yep. Here it is. Here it is.
Oh,
I'm gonna shit myself.
you see movement to the left. Sudden, quick. The person, the druid, the thing that they were holding appears to be a spell component as they start to do somatic movements, but Ignir holds out his hand toward them and they stop. And he kind of shoots them a glare. And they kind of like slowly lower their hands while glaring at you, Rylorin. They were ready to fire something off,
Yep.
but Ignir stopped them. And he looks and says, "It's broken."
That it is.
Is there a story behind that? He seems a little more serious now. Andalier, on the other hand, does not.
Yep. It's expected.
What?
I left his service, and I haven't been able to get rid of it. It broke, but it's stuck with me. No matter the means I try to get rid of it, it always comes back. Almost like a haunting, if you think about it. I'll follow.
He looks skeptical. The tall, masked fellow leans forward, again says something. Ignir nods, and this fellow turns to you all, and for the first time speaks, saying, "Where is your brand?"
Ryan kind of gives a sigh. I'll put the broken amulet into my pocket because I don't really want it. Like, I'm stuck with it. I might as well. No. I throw it back in my bag. Just toss it back on my back.
May we see it?
For what reason? There's not exactly any reason why I would want to fake being a follower of that.
But you might want to fake being a former follower. The clearer the mark, the less trust the god of hatred holds for you. If the mark is clear, we can trust that you are a detractor, at least more so. Ignir just kind of nods.
Ryan sighs. It's like, okay, well, at least they want to make sure that I'm an ex-follower.
sign.
Yeah. So I'll take a second. I'd say I'm just trying to think of like logically. I probably have like the black undershirt more so than the when I'm out of armor, right? Or like that was like probably like my under armor fit.
Yeah. I was imagining that as well.
Okay, cool. But he'll turn around and pull up the shirt to reveal his back scar. This feels really weird.
Yeah. Some of the random grunts at the back kind of like there's like a very slight gasp and then a little bit of whispering. I would say Andalier kind of the smile drops a little bit to more a face of intrigue.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like a
Okay.
What do you know? Kuval of course has no reaction at all.
I'm putting it back down and turning around, by the way. Like they saw it, I'm putting it.
Yeah. The two masked people are hard to read, but they kind of like look down a little bit, just kind of like in thought.
Okay.
Ignir has a face of surprise, but he looks almost relieved in a
Okay.
way. Just kind of like, huh. Well then.
And the druid?
The druid, roll insight to see
Okay.
how much you can discern.
Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Ooh, dirty 20.
The druid is conflicted.
Okay.
They still harbor ill intent toward you, given what happened, but they look almost confused.
I feel like as people... Oh, sorry. You finish what you're saying.
No, please. I'd like to know.
Well, I was gonna say it after, but kind of like after the reveal, everybody's kind of like digesting what is being said. I'll kind of take this moment to look at the druid and like give like my most like genuine like expression of like apologetic look. Can I say, or were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna say about his expression. So what do you say? Because that'll affect his expression.
Yeah. I've been trying to afflict redeem, not redeem, what's the word? When you repute, no, repent. I've been trying to repent for the things that I've done under Raisman's hand for a very long time. But he has a hold on me, and sometimes when I'm not in full control, I do more damage than I intended to. I never wanted to kill that person, whatever they meant to you. I deeply apologize, and I've been... I'm nowhere near close to, sorry, hold on. I've been covered, drowned in this guilt for taking his life. But I know that there's nothing I can say that could fix what you think of me. I just need you to know that that was not my intention, and I will bear that guilt for the rest of my life.
Would Rylorn be okay if I like pat him on the back, or is he not like physical touch?
He's fine with physical touch. He might just tense up a little bit because of the back, because like that's just a sensitive area.
Yeah, pat him on the shoulder.
Yeah, shoulder.
Yeah.
Like kind of like arm is like seems to be a safer bet. You would know this.
All right, just like slowly like pats on the shoulder, like not to alarm him or anything.
All right. His expression. He initially he seems confused and wary, and as you're talking, he looks very uncomfortable. He looks like he wants to leave the room, but he's not. He doesn't look like he's going to. Right.
Oops.
And then when you're done, he's kind of like his brow is furrowed. He's looking at the ground. He's clenching his fist very tightly. And since you're so perceptive, you can see he's clenching his fist tight enough that it's drawing blood.
Oh, buddy.
And Ignir says,
"A former follower of Raisman.
And
Perhaps you may have actual insight for us."
I'll turn back, kind of like, I said my piece. I did my best, Redmond. This is the only chance I would have gotten before I die.
Right.
Turning back. And what insight are you looking for?
Before that, you truly can't tell me what you were doing in my basement.
Really wants to know.
To be clear, we're on the same side. We were weary of and even attacked you because we believed you were followers of Raisman. A
We
lot of you.
we may harbor the same feelings towards Raisman, but we aren't on the same. No, like, I don't believe that we have the same end goals in mind. So,
He kind of not nods, but like sort of tilts his head to the side for a second, like a side nod almost.
Yeah.
Just to be like reasonable, right?
if you want, I will say this. If you want us to tell you truthfully as to why we're in your basement, I'm not sure you're gonna get any other information out of us. So you're gonna have to pick one or the other.
Say that again.
If you really want to know as to why we were in your basement, we can tell you. You just probably won't be getting any other information out of us. So you'll have to pick one or the other. What's more important to you?
He seems to genuinely consider at that. And the tall masked fellow leans in again to say something, and he puts his hand up. Instead of nodding this time, he puts his hand up to be like, "Stop speaking," you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to stop. Again, hard to tell.
Yeah.
And he kind of has his hand on his chin for a second and is like,
Even if...
actually,
Yes.
yeah, he's going to say,
Even if that information is of mutual benefit, we'll have information to share with you regarding Raisman as well, I believe.
So he's asking, like, even if, like, we won't.
yeah, he
about
says,
the basement.
if you tell me the basement thing and then we show you what we know, will you not then share something else with us in exchange for that?
My issue is that he's not gonna like that we're here to take him down. And I also don't want to tell him about the archives.
I mean, you could lie. Whatever the risk of that might be.
With my +1? I don't know.
You could try, I mean.
Can I kind of, like, take a look over at how Dudley and Lilith are doing? Like, what they're kind of feeling about this whole thing?
Dudley can't exactly look at you and make a face, right?
I thought his vision was partially coming back.
In one of his eyes, partially.
Yeah.
But it's slow. But he seems maybe uncomfortable, but you can tell he's kind of relieved, just in that this is not as dire a situation as expected. You seem to have a common enemy that helps negotiations significantly.
Here.
What does Lilith look like?
Does
What's her vibe right now?
I was
her
pissing,
insightfully?
so I don't know what happened.
Well, I revealed that Rylerin used to be a follower of Raisman. Don't know if you know about that character or god in your backstory, but that's a thing.
Lilith probably don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you probably don't really know what's going on.
Lilith is so good. She's like,
Why is this a big deal?
what the fuck? Why should I care?
I love her.
Why do I care about this?
Asked?
Yeah. Who
I
asked?
whatever. And what else happened?
Currently, Rylan was like saying like, hey, you can either find out why we're in your basement, or we can talk about Raceman and like that information. And Rylan's kind of like looking over because the whole goal why we came here was to kind of like get the archives, but also dismantle the Sri Helen. So he's like, I don't know if I want to tell him that, you know, we're here to dismantle the Sri Helen.
Probably not. What the hell?
Yeah. But I also don't want to say anything about the archives, so I'm trying to get an idea of like how Lilith and Dudley are, because I'm trying to remember, was Dudley also wanted to dismantle this for Helen, right? Or was that Brim?
No, I mean, he was fine with it either way. He was more interested in the information in the archives than anything to do with this Helen. He seemed relatively complacent. He was like, I'm not a fan of this Helen, but if we get rid of them, it's going to be the military, and I don't like them either. So,
Okay.
that was kind of the vibe. He was like, whoever's in control is going to be kind of corrupt, so
There's not
I
really
don't
a winning.
care. But
In that case, like, Lilith actually really does not give
So
two
Brim was kind of
shits.
the one who was pushing for the Svi Helen thing, right?
yeah, and he was only doing that as a cover.
And I would know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lilith looks really indifferent. She does not care at all. She heard money and she was like, okay.
That's crazy.
Okay. I'll kind of like turn and be like, oh, go ahead, Jacob.
Can I try and lie about why we're here?
Yeah, go for it. Please. You can probably see Ryler kind of like stumbling. He's like, I don't know what to say.
We were here to deal with an Oni problem that we've heard of. If we were below, we didn't even know that this was underneath y'all specifically. We just knew that there were caverns in this area that had an Oni. And if you want proof, there's literally an Oni body right at the bottom of these stairs.
True.
He says, do you mind if I send someone down to have a look?
Please do.
Go ahead.
Because we didn't
Imagine it's gone.
Oh my god.
He kind of nods back. Yeah, that would be fucking crazy.
See?
He kind of nods back to this individual, the shorter one with the plague doctor mask, and they hop down.
And we
because they were kind of like up along the pillar. There's like a pillar, so
yeah, and we grabbed the stuff. We didn't really leave. Like yes, we went through the boxes, but we grabbed kind of like anything good from there.
Yeah, I think you have all the valuables that you found at least.
I'm just thinking about the handkerchief, bro. Where was that handkerchief locked in the lockbox?
Hee
I have to go back to get that handkerchief, guys.
So they kind of run around and kind of like zoom down the stairs. They're pretty quick. This is the one that you're pretty sure was a rogue, so.
Yep.
Also, one of the grunts comes up and whispers something to him, but they cover their mouth.
God damn it. Did they know?
If they know they're hiding things from you, it's a lot easier. But you see him say something. He doesn't cover his mouth. Not that interesting, but he says, I see. Thank you. So,
oh no.
He said something useful. And this guy goes back.
I'm assuming it's probably about how there is no posting for an Oni.
Might be.
Ugh.
Then the little individual comes up, goes over, and says, it's true. Or, I'm sorry. It's true.
Twitch, is that you? Twitch from the hit game League of Legends?
No.
I was hiding.
No, you gotta do the mask.
I was hiding.
Doesn't he also have like a Dr. Plague skin too?
I think so.
I think so,
Yeah,
maybe.
he does. I believe he does.
It's I cannot believe Twitch
All right,
from League
who
of
gets
Legends.
the Twitch skin?
So we're gonna
They
kill
kind
him.
of run over and shuffle up along the pillar again.
We see a rat
and-
tail behind him.
You do not.
Damn.
Unfortunately.
Would've been funny, though.
But Ignir turns back to you guys and says, and you
weren't aware that it was under the estate.
Not particularly.
How did you end up down there?
There was some stairs that we that our hired help, the blind one,
Part of
told
the
us
reason why
about.
we hired them, they had information that we could have used, as well as fine prowess.
Ignir turns to Dudley and Lilith and says,
How did you find this information?
more so to Dudley. And Dudley responds, saying,
It was difficult to uncover. I'd rather not this information leave the room. Is that okay?
Ignir says, we're discreet. And he kind of like gulps and says,
I stole some information from the military. It was not easy to get my hands on, but I found out about a secret entrance.
and he kind of like points in a vague direction, and he's like,
Over that way, I believe, if I haven't been turned around too much since my blinding.
Oh, baby.
and he turns to Rylan and says, well, not really specifically to Rylan, but back to you guys,
Yeah.
and says,
You said an Oni blinded him?
That was Lilith who said that, right?
I don't think we said.
yes, it was Lilith.
It was Lilith.
I mean, he
think
kind of half
we-
turns.
He-
It's an open question.
She's not gonna straight up reveal that Ryler like revived him.
Yeah. That's the theory, at least. We're not 100% sure. All we know is that Dudley went down. There was some magic cast, some kind of cold, and when we brought him, got him awake, he was blind.
Strange.
I'm assuming it might have been some kind of injury or some of the sort, but
He just kind of nods. And I'm gonna say roll deception with advantage because you're not technically lying, but you're being dishonest.
oh no,
Come on, man.
who me?
We got the advantage.
You do get that advantage.
Oh, 11.
Oh.
It's above average.
What
I
did you roll?
could. Do I feel like an 11 probably is not gonna make it?
I mean, you don't know how you rolled.
I'm gonna add my d6, my last one. I don't want to tell him. Oh, max 17.
Ooh, nice.
Watch him roll an 18.
So
Don't jinx it.
he kind of like Andalier and Ignir, and Kuval, all kind of like look at you. You can tell they're all kind of like, trying to tell if you're being dishonest. Ignir seems satisfied. Andalier's hard to read. Kuval would be hard to read if not for the fact that she speaks up
Uh-oh.
and says,
There's something you're not saying.
Ignir was about to move on to the next thing, but when she says that, he stops, looks at her, and then looks at you and says,
Is that so? How did he come to reawaken?
I didn't exactly get into that fight. Not wearing my armor. Unfortunately, the Oni did kill him. And in what was frankly a gamble, I tried to cast Revivify. The cost ended up being my armor.
And he didn't come back the same.
Not everything was perfect.
Still, it's an impressive feat to cast a spell like that without the proper components. I am impressed. Do you have your Renman amulet?
It's on display, proud and
Yeah,
proud and
okay.
true. And I probably would
and it
say
says,
like Renman did bless me. I will never say
Hmm.
that I was not lucky for the outcome.
I see. Well, I thank you again for your honesty. Now then, and he kind of like stands up and is like, I have something to show the lot of you.
Ooh! Man, I'm so glad we didn't kill him at first.
Oh,
I mean, he was
Um,
still like that down.
Yeah, true. Wow, this would have been gone so much better if we just talked and communicated like adults.
Yeah.
True.
wow.
Well, it did go so much better because you just talked.
Yeah, but I mean, like the previous
no.
conversation where I killed this poor Druid's boyfriend.
We
Oh.
can still start a
To be fair,
fire.
they did attack you.
Yeah, they started that shit.
So, all right.
Oh, we are
Let
moving.
Where are we going?
Hold on. I'm just gonna organize you guys in the way that you would be. They're kind of on either side of you. They don't want any of you to try to run, but they're much more casual about it, right? Like they seem to be placing more trust in you all now.
And they didn't do the pat down.
They did not do the pat down.
Yippee!
Honest.
Yeah, something like that is fine. And then let me
The war from the wall.
Where are we moving?
grab you all. We are going to
Oh God.
Oh,
the
We are.
boy.
Sviharan Arena,
Oh.
Are we gonna
Ah.
fight?
as it is labeled on the outside.
Okay.
Um,
Fog of War.
yeah, hold on. So, okay, wait.
Raiden.
Yeah.
I don't want to put you all inside yet. Just do this. Nope. Grab. Nope. Ugh. Good enough. So as you guys are walking, Andalier is gonna speak to Lilith, and Dudley, and just be like, "You can continue moving with them. I don't believe the master is interested in buying your services anymore." Kind of gives you a smile, like he is, or they're very suave.
I wonder why.
Yeah, you can tell their charisma modifier is high. Suffice
Real
it to say.
juicy charisma.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, all right. Thank you. I guess.
As you all are walking, the druid is much more like retreated in their movements. Hard to read. Other than that, they are kind of confused and unhappy. They seem not too sure what to do with the information they've gained. And as you guys are walking, you go through the estate, so I can actually unhide this room.
Ooh.
But it's a circle, so I
Oh.
have to do it in parts, which is stupid.
Oh.
So you walk through, first of all, this huge, very, very, everything in like the Svihalan Estates, very clearly, very tastefully decorated. Any of you who have been anywhere high class can tell this is somewhere high class. It oozes from the decor and just
Have I
the
been?
architecture, everything.
I can't remember. Have I been?
Uh
'Cause I got the high class clothes.
I mean, yeah, like you've been to temples or places like that that are similar. You haven't been anywhere, I think, like strictly noble, but
Yeah. Not that I can
And as you're
remember.
walking, like there are people walking around. Everyone kind of stops to not bow, but like nod to the patriarch. There's like a palpable respect. You can see there are goods moving back and forth, some carts that come through. You pass by the statues, and eventually make your way to an area you've been fairly avoidant of, called the Svehelen Arena. It has been closed. There's like a sign at the front that you've seen if you've walked by it at any point, and that you see now that says it is closed until further notice, for maintenance, it says. And as you're walking from where you were to where you are, Ignir is explaining, we have had some encounters with some unsavory individuals affiliated with your old god, the Beast of Hatred. It was difficult to find information on him. We had to consult the local librarian to see if she had any materials. We've checked them all out. And you recall, that's true. When you were there,
They
you couldn't
took
find
the books out.
anything that might have even had any information on Raisman.
Oh, so you were all the ones who took the books out.
Yes, we were.
And you find anything?
It's also worth mentioning that the 4 who were participants in the fight that you found yourselves in, including the one you killed, are not actually directly related to the Svehelen. They're working with us because they are also against Raisman. This also means both of the Plague Masks and the Triton Druid.
I feel so bad now.
No, he's lying.
And he
Trust.
continues, they were only assisting in that matter, which we can discuss later if you'd like as well. I admit that it didn't go as well as I had hoped. I was using it as a test for the would-be inheritor of the Svehelen clan whenever I have the need to retire. It was a test he did not pass. You remember there was a younger-looking Black Dragonborn.
Yeah. Okay, that's the
Who
fucker.
ran the moment shit hit the fan, and was generally not great in the whole encounter.
He's a bitch.
He's kind of an asshole. So it appears he did not pass that test.
Yeah, you better not.
You also, anyone who happens to glance back that way, you notice Andalier, at the mention of the younger Dragonborn, kind of like smirks a little bit, just kind of like almost laughing at him, you know, in a very quiet way, just like
a little snicker.
You know? Yeah. Very
Honestly,
snickery.
I also would laugh at that Dragonborn. He's a bitch.
But he says, at any rate, we have needed to consult the owner of the local potion shop, the owner of the local library, and a number of others in trying to understand this situation. And it is at this point that you enter through the doors of the arena. You see a number of people scattered around in here. You'll see in a second.
I just move myself up front because I probably would be closer up front if I'm talking with him.
Yeah. So as these doors swing open, you immediately recognize the smell as that of Raisman's creed.
Oh.
It's a foul stench. Not quite something like a sewer or like someone who's died, but just noxious, almost acidic.
Yeah, just immediate shit.
Yeah. To be clear, this is the one that was categorized as dread, the liquid form of his quote-unquote creed. And everyone kind of turns and nods, you know, paying their respects, except for 2 people. One, Allure has met before. Local librarian.
Oh.
Hi, Pookie.
Hey.
Kind of glances backward and raises an eyebrow when she sees Allure, but doesn't linger on it for very long. She is, just to describe her again, she has kind of orange hair, a bit curly. She has these big circular glasses, and long elven ears with
Aurora?
earrings. She's pretty well dressed. You can see a wand holstered at her hip, and something else holstered at her other hip, but you can't quite see it. It's
Ma'am,
kinda,
is this
like,
just
covered.
Aurora from League of Legends?
That's
That was the
crazy.
inspiration.
Woo! Aurora, League of Legends.
That did help inspire her design. She does not have bunny ears, though.
Damn.
No, that's
Although
good.
she does have hair that kind of like, it doesn't go fully up like bunny ears, but there's like 2 strands of hair, or like bits of hair that
Mhm.
kind of go up in that way.
Bunny.
Almost like a cowlick. Bunny.
I hope you know that he canonically said that now.
Of course. The Triton Druid kind of goes off to the side immediately. You figured out by now this Goliath woman is his personal bodyguard. She
Yeah.
never leaves the side. Some of the people move out of the way, but the librarian does not move out of the way.
She gasped.
Yes, sir.
Ralloran probably is walking towards it, kind of just like looking at how much they have. Like, Jesus. How the hell did you get so much? Or was this a pool and then you dropped a little bit in? Like, what happened? How'd this happen?
Andalier pipes up and says, "The latter. We came into possession of a small amount, tried to take an even smaller amount off of it, and try to study what it would do. And it spread. We
Yeah.
wanted to see the limits of its spread, so we filled the fighting pit. And it kept spreading. We still don't know the limits."
I'm fairly sure there ain't much of a limit.
Terrifying, given how close in we are to the sea. But if he wanted to poison the entire ocean and is capable of it, he wouldn't need to do it in a major city, so that wouldn't be his target. We're
No.
not sure who did this, though. That's our concern. We actually had thought it was you all who had brought Creed into this city.
No, we've been trying to deal with it ourselves. We're in another city. There's a sectioned off portion in the sewers. They're trying to poison the water system. Didn't get much information, but did get the person who did it taken aside. Not sure what's happened to him.
Of the 2 masked fellows, by the way, the taller one pipes up and says, We don't know much about it, ultimately, but there was something that we were able to discern regarding it.
And what's that?
We know that nothing Reisman does is without reason, nor his acolytes. It is always a means to an end. We just don't know what the end is in this case. But we understand a little bit more about the means, thanks to Noel. When he says Noel, you can see he's looking at the librarian woman. Assumedly her name. At this point, she has stopped looking at you guys and is looking down at the water. If you can even call it that anymore.
Yeah.
And he continues, and Lidley. This time he looks over to the right at a halfling woman, who doesn't seem to have even noticed that you guys are here. She's like, in fact, there's someone behind her, who is like kind of preventing her from going too close. It looks like she wants to touch it, but she
God.
seems to know not
She's a
to.
babysitter.
But she isn't. She seems like she knows that she's not supposed to touch it. She's not reaching out trying to, right? But she seems like a poor planner.
She got bad impulse
So
control.
the concern is that she'll touch it on accident anyway. And she's holding out like this stick with a vial at the end of it, and is like, it looks like she's going to scoop some out. Which they're letting her, but
Wait, don't I have some in a bottle?
Do you?
No, because remember I took some in a vial and then cushioned it a bunch to get questions. No, but then I asked Renan about it and it was empty after, right? That what happened, or because I remember basically getting a vial of it and then extra cushioning it to get into my box.
Oh, to make sure it doesn't break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to remember if
And
it
I
was.
believe it turned back into water by the time you next looked at it.
It did?
I believe so.
Do I still have the vial with me, or was that because I talked to Redmond about it?
I don't remember very clearly. I'll be frank.
Do you want to make a decision now, or do we want to look back?
Looking back would take a while. Because we don't even know when this was, do we?
I mean,
Do you remember what you learned about it through prayer?
the thing is, I don't remember if it was exactly. That's what exactly why. I know that it was in the same session that I asked about it, but I don't remember. I can briefly take 5 minutes to quickly scroll through because I think I know about so where it is. So if we want to take like 5 so I can quickly look it up, I can do my best.
I mean, we can.
Okay. 'Cause I do believe that I don't have... Let me double check something real quick.
Break time, bathroom break.
Bathroom
Go
break.
refill your water, go to the bathroom. Do that all now.
Bad break.
Be right back, nerds. But I will bring us back to the sheet so we can talk to the peeps. Hi, peeps. We found it. I didn't delete the VOD. Good news.
Yeah.
Yippee! Now, oh, Rosie's back. We're back
I'm still
live.
writing, but I saw the thing come back on stream, so I figured I should have deafened just in case.
Oh.
Oh yeah, no. I just figured because none of that information was recorded, so
Yeah.
bring it back here. But let me know when you're ready. I should really re-listen to all the VODs and just type down all the information.
That's so real, though.
Ugh, I might do it tomorrow, maybe.
It's gonna be like 8 hours of just yapping, I feel like.
It's gonna be way more than 8 hours.
8 hours? Bro,
Yeah.
we've been doing this for like over a year.
Oh,
well
shit,
over a year
right.
at this point.
Yeah.
Like, sure, we didn't play obviously there's only 29 sessions, but still, we play from like 3 to 6 hours sometimes.
Yeah, 29 sessions for like an average of 3 to 4 hours with some that go even longer.
Yeah.
That's a
never
lot.
mind.
Even at 2 times speed, that probably won't be a single day endeavor.
Even then, like, oh god, my mouse. There we go. 29 times, let's say 4. That's 116 hours. I would like to say there's probably like at least 6 hours of just us off-topic yapping, if
Oh,
not
sure.
Yeah, that's what I was-
minimum.
yeah.
I would say I would say 16 hours of that I could probably remove, but that's still 100 hours of content to go through.
Yeah.
And that's not but to be fair, there's also gonna be 2 or 3 sessions that are missing, but between the recap and context clues, I think I can remember.
Yeah, hopefully. Plus, I have notes.
There's also the first like what 4 or 5 sessions that don't exist.
Yeah, but I do have notes on those.
Yeah, no, like I'm also not too worried about the first few sessions.
There's some things that have slipped through the cracks, so it would be interesting to see which things didn't really
make it canon, I guess. Didn't stick.
Yeah, well, and a lot of them are also like canon and just don't
get mentioned.
Yeah,
I might end up just
or haven't come back around, or there's a number of things that like you might see and think that I totally forgot about,
but you're like
I didn't.
Cooking. You're just cooking.
But like not even just cooking. Like I keep trying to find an opportunity, but it just isn't happening.
Yeah.
Right.
I got you. I'll figure it out. But for now,
although I will say there is a ton of them. I bet that I just straight up forgot that there is no deeper.
I'll make a new. I have a new project now that I'll work on. We'll try to. But, anyways, are we witty?
Yeah, I'm good. So you do still have a vial in your pocket wrapped in paper that should prevent it from anything dangerous happening.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell him about that?
The fact that they have more information than we've been able to get so far is tempting, and them having another sample I'm interested. But I know that he was saying that there was a means to it, and I don't know if ended up telling us about the means.
They said they didn't know what the means to the end was. They don't know why Reisman wanted this to happen. But they know a little bit more about how he wanted it to happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so what was he going to continue talking after he said that?
No, because he doesn't feel it's his information to share. He kind of looks at Ignir.
Okay. And what exactly is that?
He seems to think for a second. And he's like,
we believe we know a little bit more about the nature of this substance and where it comes from. As far as we can tell, there should be only one place on the continent that it can be produced. And it would be dangerous to move it by boat. So we doubt it comes from overseas.
And where exactly were you thinking that it's from?
I think I know how you'll react to this, but I'd like to know what you know first.
I know that. Me pulling the notes. Don't mind me. Where is it? Where is it? Creed has 3 forms: miasma, dread, and raw. Miasma is sickly air. Real raw. First, that was our first interaction with it. Dread, what we're dealing with here, spreads quickly. Raw, physical form. The only thing you can really do is just spray. 2 ways to treat it. Miasma eventually cycles through the body. You can also, kind of like with good intentions, good energy, that kind of stuff, positivity, push it out quicker. Dread, we don't really know how to treat it, I don't believe. We just know that it just spreads through water like quick as hell, as you found out. Didn't get the cure for that. And then Farrat doesn't have a cure. It's a death sentence. Apparently you also can't get resurrected if killed by it. Not sure, or at least by a higher dose of the liquid. Ain't sure about the rest of the other 2. I'm assuming for the rot is the same thing, but what else? I have a personal hunch that there's something about the Lunar Peninsula that it's from. I don't have exactly why I've been pointed towards the Lunar Peninsula, but when I was asking Randman about it, that's what I was directed to.
So at the information of okay. The vibe you're getting, they knew about the different forms on a basic level. The thing about positive energy kind of like pushing it back, it was sort of a vibe of like it confirmed their suspicions. They believed that could work, right?
Okay.
For miasma. What else? I'm trying to. There was something else. There were 2 other things I remember.
The cure for the rot, or like there is a cure for the dread.
Something else you said. Oh, the fact that they can't be resurrected.
Okay.
That fully catches them off guard. They didn't know that. That's useful information. Like he, as a matter of fact, looks toward one of the just sort of general people around and like makes sure that they're writing it down. They had no idea about that. And then you say the Lunic Peninsula thing. You can't really get a read on them, but Noelle speaks, and she says,
You're partially correct. You're in the right area.
I'm assuming
but your hunch is a little vague.
I mean, all I got was pretty vague, so... I'm assuming, considering you mentioned overseas, you're thinking about Stardrop Island?
Not thinking about it. We know it's there, with about as much certainty as we can afford.
Let's see.
Lidley, kind of shouts, and the halfling woman, who is trying to scoop some of it out, kind of looks over and is like, "Yeah."
I love her already. I would die for this woman. That's my grandma. My Mima.
She's like, "Could you?" Kind of like waves, come here. And she's like, "One moment." Kind of like carefully hands this like really long stick to one of the other people. Kind of like does the claps,
Yeah, like
stuff,
cleans her
whatever,
hand off.
dust
Yeah.
off her hands, whatever. Kind of scurries over and is like, "What is it?"
would die for her.
That's amazing.
And as she looks over everyone and is like, "You're some new faces."
Nice to meet you.
And
Howdy.
Ignir says, "Yeah, do you recognize any of them by descriptions you've heard?" "Oh, you're the acolytes." And she kind of like takes a step back, like, "Ooh."
We ain't the acolytes. That was
And Lear kind of like smirks and is like, "It was a misconception." "Oh, all right."
I doubt that we'd be here if we were.
Was confused.
Oh my god, I love her so much.
Admittedly.
Oh,
So, what do you need, Noah? And she's like, "They want to know about how we figured out it was related to Star Trek Fall." She goes, "Oh, I can tell you that." You get the vibe that Noelle also knows, but like either is doing something more important or just didn't feel like talking to you guys,
Understandable, have
and
I
knew
say.
that Lindley would be more than happy to share.
That's okay, Noelle, you're good.
So she's like, "All right, so this stuff has a certain reaction to sunlight. We were expecting sunlight to be a negative effect, but it's quite the opposite. In fact, it responds positively to sunlight, which we thought was strange because hatred and darkness, it feels sort of related, right?
Right.
So imagine our confusion when we expose it to the sunlight, and it grows just that little bit faster. It was pretty hard to measure, but Noelle made some useful tools to check for us." You look over at Noelle, she has no reaction.
busy.
Yeah, and she continues. "It was just that little bit faster. So we believe this stuff is made with the sunlight. There's a few other small things, like different spells we've treated it with or used near it and seen how it reacts, and other sort of things like that. But in general, it seems like it likes the sunlight, which is very strange to us. So we believe that it is made using the sunlight, and as such, is made in the only place on the continent that has, well, a relatively large amount of sunlight, which is Stardrop Fall."
Don't we have?
No, it's Dusk.
Wait, no, but don't we have like a thing of like liquid light?
Oh my god, we do! We have the tube!
Remember how I said there were some things that I didn't forget about, but I was just struggling to find an opportunity?
Oh my god.
This was
yeah,
one
that's
of
always been there.
You've been carrying around a tube and a like small pyramid.
Oh god.
Both you believe to contain some sort of liquefied sunlight. Like straight up, you opened it and it blinded everyone in the room. Remember how Allure was blind for a day?
I fully remember that. I just forgot that it was
directly
sunlight.
into the sun.
And then he tried to drink it.
Oh yeah.
I think it was a good idea.
No! You blinded yourself
You
after
did.
I used a fucking spell slot on you, you dick!
You gotta cover every base, you know?
Oh my god. Well, how are we? I don't know if I want to mention that, but, good to know. Unless you want to mention
my
it.
chest. I've been waiting for that. That
Poor-
was decided since session 1.
Jesus.
Creed was related, and then I had to introduce Creed and its multiple forms and give you some interactions with it.
Now, good thing we never fucking drilled another hole in that light around Creed, huh?
Good thing you only tried it once, huh?
Yeah. Fuck. I kind of like nodding along. Rylan guaranteed does not remember the pole look through the stick in the pyramid. He does not think about it. He has 9 intelligence. He forgot about that shit. All he remembers that he can't let Aelor have them. I should put that in
That's
too.
just rude.
Listen, I don't trust you with that shit, brother. Well, I actually have a vial from another source. I don't know if the different samples will be much, but worth a shot. And I'll kind of like pull it out in the vial wrapped in paper. I had asked Renman about it. That's how I got the Lunar Peninsula area figured out. But he also ended up wrapping it in the paper to basically give a barrier so that if the glass did break, then it'd be contained nevertheless. I haven't opened it since then, but and I guess I'll crack it open. Let's see if there's some funny reaction to it being in the complete darkness.
All right. So you pull out the vial and rip the paper.
Not like I'll like rip it. Rip it at the top and then pull. Check if it's carefully pull it out. Curious.
Doing it in such a way that it won't spill out directly onto your hand and kill you instantly.
Yes.
So you kind of pull back, and as you're being careful, the color has changed. It's clear.
I wonder what would happen if we introduced it to liquid sunlight.
No.
Lily kind of like looks at it. She gets up close. She kind of like, she just walks right up and like.
I'm also like, I'm kneeling as well, and I'm like, oh well, that's a surprise. This was Creed when I first.
Yeah, that's a very different sample.
Would you like it?
Yeah.
She takes it.
I'll kind of like put it back into the. Just by the way, you'll. I don't know if you have it, but if you cast Mendon, it'll seal the paper again, and the barrier will be fine again. So it won't break or spill if the vial does break. Figured I should let you know.
Yeah, that's good to know.
But that was an Enshrouded, I guess, in complete darkness for how long has it been? A week or so? 2 weeks?
I have not finished the chronology thing, so it's been a little while.
Like,
I'll have an exact number for you eventually.
Under a
but
month for sure.
Yeah, probably more or less.
Yeah, like maybe a couple weeks or so. It hasn't seen any bit of sunlight.
Huh. She seems to want to do something, and she looks over at Noelle, and Noelle kind of raves her hand like, whatever. And she's like, 1 second.
Are you gonna drink it?
Do you say that in character?
Yes.
What? No.
Can I insight?
Why would I do that? That would be dumb.
Can I insight her? I do not believe her.
You can roll insight.
That's a nat 1. I do not fucking. Maybe I should give this to Noelle.
No, just hold on. she's gonna try to grab it from you. You're gonna try to like pull away, or you're just gonna.
I'm much taller than her. I'm gonna stand up.
Well, that's no fair. I'm not gonna drink it.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
She kind of she like thinks for a second, and is like,
Yeah, I mean,
Well, what are you?
I think I'll know if I'm about to.
What are you planning to do with it?
I'm gonna take it outside and see if it turns back into Creed when I put it in the sun.
Oh.
Why would I drink it?
I kind of pause and look at Aelor and then look back at. No reason.
"Have you tried to drink it?" She looks at Aelor.
No,
I've never drank that. No.
not Creed. He's just had some bad impulses about drinking other things. Here you go.
Is he an alcoholic?
I don't think so. He just. He don't think. For a wizard, he rather dumb.
That's just
All right, hold
rude.
on.
Can I come with her? I'm curious.
Yeah, sure.
I pitter patter, pitter patter.
You gotta like take very short steps.
I shuffle along with her.
Yeah. So she takes it outside, holds it out in front of her. It seems to she's kind of like holding it for a second. And then she's like, do you have any thick cloth?
Thick?
She nods.
Do I have my blanket?
That'll do.
I'll hand it over.
Quickly, come on, come on.
I hand it over.
She grabs it and immediately puts the thing on it, and she's like, okay, that is heating up. Fairly quickly.
The vial?
Yeah, we should take it inside.
Okay. I open the door for them.
She brings it back in. Still with the blanket. It's like part of it is like dragging on the ground. She's like, "Oh, sorry."
I'll pick
She
up
can't
the other.
exactly hold the whole thing up because it's you-sized.
Yeah,
So-
I'll hold up the other end.
Yeah. Everyone's just staring, and this guy steps forward, tall mask guy, and is like, "What happened?" And she's like, "It started getting warm, and it was gonna burn my hand, but this tall fellow very kindly handed me his blanket for insulation.
It hasn't changed color, right?
It does not change color."
Oh no. Oh, sewers are in all dark, aren't they?
Most of the time, yeah.
Do you think that maybe they're putting it into the sewers so that it looked like normal water after some time?
Well, that'd be scary. The sewer system here doesn't run through the whole city. So she kind of like shrugs.
Yeah.
She's like, and we don't really know where this was headed. When we found it, it wasn't. It was on someone's person.
Do you still have the person?
Well, we have their body, but we didn't kill them. To be clear,
Who did?
they did.
The masked?
No,
Oh.
she doesn't point to anyone.
Oh right, she's holding who's they?
Like, to themselves. They bit on something in their cheek,
When you
and
talk
they
to them?
died. Yeah, when we captured them.
Huh. Was it? It could have been Creed. Because then they can't be resurrected. Does Speak with the Dead technically resurrect them for a time for the questioning in a way? Have you? I'll ask.
I mean,
have you
I
tried?
don't think you have had that experience because you haven't really like.
Yeah, but
If the body is intact enough to be speak with deaded, it's intact enough to be resurrected usually. So you don't know.
have you tried casting Speak with Dead with it?
No, I don't know it. And
Does anybody?
Noelle said it was a bad idea, so she didn't want to do it.
Why did Noelle think that's a bad idea?
Ask her.
Pardon, Noelle?
Yeah. No wait.
Yeah, I was like, that is the wrong person.
Good one, Rosie.
Yeah.
What did you
the
get over there?
It's infectious.
Noelle? Pardon?
I'm still laughing. Just start turning around and going, yeah. Loud incorrect buzzer.
Somebody draw Noelle turning around with the fucking halfling's face on Noelle's instead of Noelle.
Everyone's like, oh, Jesus, what the fuck?
Oh, we turn around back to the halfling, it's Noelle.
Turn around back to the halfling. It's still her, but her eyes are glowing.
Huh?
What the fuck is happening here?
She has a smile.
You fell for it! It's the Oni.
I was saying that it was Ross.
Oh, I know. I put a twist on the twist.
Oh, God.
You guys sure are stupid.
Noelle, pardon.
Yes.
Why were you not comfortable with casting speak up with undead, or speak with dead with it?
I thought it would be a poor idea to forge a connection with a lost soul who worships a god, a malicious god.
How long ago was this? Did they die? Days.
She's like counting on her fingers. She's like,
Around 9 days, maybe more.
Wrong accent.
No, no, I think it's, wait, she's
Yeah.
counting on her fingers. She's holding the two. She can't.
she's not counting on her fingers. She looks vaguely up to the ceiling and like her mouth is just open for a second. She's like,
Like 9 or so.
So I'm assuming on the, if it's on the 10th day, I still can cast it, right? It's on the 11th that I can't.
yes.
I could cast it tomorrow. If you still, since you have the body, that's the last day tomorrow. I already have that connection.
I'm not necessarily opposed, since you run the risk yourselves. But my concern is that wherever that soul has gone, dragging it back could drag something else back with it.
I could make it safer.
Speak with dead. Don't bring back the soul. It just animates the spirit.
I could make it safer.
Still,
But it has
make it safer, you say?
Looks to her.
Yes, it's just an expensive spell.
Oh, is it the
Where'd I put it?
him flipping through this fucking book? Is it the one that you tried on me?
Yes. Well, I don't know what I did with it.
It's in your
Do you
book.
have the name of the spell?
I'm trying to find it.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
But so yeah, so the fact that it changes color when it's in complete darkness, that would make sense as to why it would be put in sewers. Maybe not here, but in other places. Considering when it's green, people won't want to touch it or anything. If it looks clear, people will think it'll back to normal.
Laura, are you looking for magic circle?
Yes, but I just don't see it in my thing. But when I look it up, it says it's there.
It's in your spellbook unprepared.
So when you go to manage spells, you have to click the known spells. You can do it. I believe in you.
You don't have it prepared for the day.
Yes, but I should still be able to ritually cast it, right? Like,
No,
trying to just find
no.
I don't think it actually is a ritual spell.
I don't believe so. Wait, can I cast it? Do I know this? What level is it?
Third.
Third?
Yeah, it's a third level spell.
We were... Are you sure?
Yeah,
That's
I'm looking
it.
at it.
Oh, there it is.
What does it
Magic
cost?
Circle. It is
Yeah,
not
I
a
need
ritual.
100 gold.
I mean, if we were gonna ask anybody, it'd be... we can get you a pearl.
I could get a lot of things.
We can... Hi, Sir Helen. Hee. Can you give us spell components?
Yes, but I could create a magic circle.
Hold
10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder of magical energy centered on a point on the ground that you can see within range. Glowing runes appear wherever the cylinder intersects with the floor or other surfaces. Choose one or more of the following creatures: celestials, elementals, fey, fiends, or undead. Circle affects a creature of the chosen type, in that they cannot enter the cylinder by non-magical means or exit it. If they try to teleport or use interplanar travel, it has to succeed on a saving throw. Creature has disadvantage on attack rolls. Creatures within the cylinder can't be frightened. When you cast the spell, you can elect to use its magic to operate in the reverse direction.
Trap me in the circle with it.
Classic.
Yep.
She thinks for a second. She seems to like. You say magic circle. She thinks for like just a second, and is like, "It would certainly help as insurance, but it doesn't guarantee anything."
Oh, I didn't say I could guarantee our safety. I could just make it safer. They're very different things.
Indeed.
But it would be very expensive.
Well, Noelle's discretion. I'd be willing to sponsor the process. If she believes it's worth the funds. I trust her judgment. And he looks to Noelle and she's like, "It could glean us some information. Although, I wouldn't put myself at risk for it.
I'm fine
My
with
concern is that if it brings rot with it, we have no way to counter that." But rot can't traverse through liquids. So if you sail out on a boat and use magic circle, I'd be comfortable with it. There's still a risk, but it's a risk I'm willing to take.
Does rot affect someone who's already dead? Question mark DM?
Yes, because they are still made of organic matter.
Okay.
It won't affect stone or dirt, but it will affect grass. It will affect even paper. Could be affected. Anything organic, even if it's no longer living.
As if you give me the questions that you want to ask, I'll go on a boat. I'll do it. It's the last day, and I'd want to do it soon. Then, consider us the last chance we got.
What specifically do you need? And he looks at her.
I need 100 gold worth of.
Powdered iron, I think it was.
Yeah, it's iron, right? Like, give me a second so I can find this spell.
I'm pulling it up. That's the spell magic.
Yes, 100
Holy water or
gold.
powdered silver and iron worth at least 100 gold pieces,
Yeah.
which the spell consumes.
100 gold of iron.
Iron powder.
Yep.
He kind of like raises an eyebrow and sighs and is like, "That's a bit of a steep price, but..." He motions to Aussie, well, you don't know their name, but he's about to say it anyway, so... Luckily, I slipped up on the person he's about to name. So he goes, "Aussie. I mean, he probably just says Aussie, actually. It's pretty clear what he wants. And the short masked one, kind of nods and, like, squeezes between Lily and the door and leaves.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I had something else to say. Notes. Read that. We know that's from Star Drop Fall. goes clear, but it still has an effect. We don't know the cure for dread yet, so I can't try anything. Depending on how much information we get from this, there is another thing I can do. Considering I still have the connection to Raceman, I admittedly I have spoken with him, even after my departure. We have one more pill that can help me make that connection. I could try to talk to him and see if he'd be, consider enough to drop some information. I'm not sure. He works in interesting ways, but there's some.
Alright. The reactions to that.
Oh no.
Because you straight up drop that you can talk to a god, given certain circumstances.
Oops.
Um,
I'm not smart. It's okay. Rather didn't think
Yeah.
about it.
Noelle kind of turns, and makes a look, not of like straight up shock, but surprise, I guess. She kind of raises her eyebrows and is like intrigued. Kuval has no visible response.
Thanks, Kuval.
Shocking. Ignir, Kuval, despite you being able to see her eyes, is harder to read than the people who are fully masked.
Okay, Queen.
Ignir turns and kind of like crosses his arms and tilts his head to the side. Andalier kind of like turns to you flamboyantly. It's like dramatized.
Okay,
like,
gay ass.
Oh. And they literally go, oh, out loud. Dudley has a shocked expression.
Sorry, Dudley.
Alistair turns very quickly and says, what?
Alistair.
I said his name. For continuity's sake, Andalier is gonna say, I'm with Alistair. And kind of like go over and kind of like put their hand around his like shoulder and like point at him.
Sorry, what did Alistair say? I got distracted only by the fact that you name dropped him. Okay, what?
What? He's the tall masked fellow.
Yes. What's the druid's reaction?
He's been avoiding looking at you this whole time because of his conflicted feelings, but he turns, and has an expression of surprise. Roll insight.
Man, oh my god, enemies to lovers? No.
Oh god.
Oh, arson.
23. Listen, I'm lonely. I just want to smooch a fictional character.
It's been too long since Sheriff Crow has shown himself.
I gotta whore myself out to these NPCs.
Almost said his name.
Oh, really?
I've done
Sheriff
so well
Crow?
so far, and it's just all falling apart. Yeah, if you say Sheriff Crow 3 times, he actually appears.
Sheriff Crow, Sheriff Crow, Sheriff Crow.
Can't believe Rosie got you like that.
Oh my god!
That's crazy.
It's huge.
Oh my god.
He's like, well, what the hell am I doing here?
Now what the fuck?
Get the fuck out of here, Sheriff Crow. I love you.
No fucking way.
I'm Beetlejuice.
You could use a buddy. He's the same. Beetlejuice the musical.
Sheriff Crow, the musical, for real, for real.
Real.
Okay.
No, he's not there.
Yeah, I know. My Pookie. Too good.
The druid's expression, most obviously surprise. He's like, what? You can what?
What?
But he looks almost not quite scared.
Oh.
It looks like guilt.
Buddy, what's wrong? What'd you do?
buddy.
And Lindley just goes, huh?
I love Lindley. Rather than go like,
She tilts her whole head to the side.
well, I'm a cleric. I can commune with my god.
Well, clerics can pray, but you said you can talk to him?
I have to use the pill. It forges a deeper connection, but
A pill?
I'm now a little. Yeah, there was a pill we ended up finding. Potion Z, I believe it called. It's a sleeping pill with a magic amplifier of sorts. It used to forge a connection to get closer to be able to speak to a god.
Huh. Well, I'll be.
I only have one of them left. I was hoping to see if we could make more or some sort of the need came up to it, but
Well, I can have a look.
I'll have to get it from our party member, but kind of pauses like, looks at the group. Do you think he's too sick to notice if we grab it from him?
Why does
Your party member sick?
Why did they have it? Wait.
Because I took it and I spoke to Raceman and Nyx got pissed. He's like, we're taking this from you. My toy got confiscated.
Lilith could take it from them.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask you of that. I don't want him to get upset with you.
Oh.
They wouldn't even know.
I wouldn't care if he's upset with me. I hardly know him.
I mean, if you're all right with that, could you do that while we keep discussing, or would you rather be here for the discussion? Oh, you could always take Dudley back as well, so he can just relax.
Of course.
That does sound nice.
Poor guy.
Wouldn't want to keep dragging my poor Dudley around.
Yeah, he probably needs some rest as well, things considered. He did come back from the dead.
All right, then I'll be off. Let's go, Dudley.
All right. Follows you, of course.
I'll kind of like describe the bottle to Lilith and what it looks like in Nick's bag.
All right.
Are we doing a little offshoot adventure for Lilith?
Yeah, let's do a quick little side adventure.
Hold on, let me get the heist music up. I knew it. It's a heist. Let me have this.
Not a heist. She's just dropping Dudley back.
And getting the sleeping pills from
Pascal.
Oh yeah.
Not Nick.
Oh god. Did I say? Oh no, I didn't say it out loud. I was just
you
saying
said
my
party member.
Yeah, in Pascal's bag, I'd be like, "This is what it looks like." Heist time!
Heist time. That's insane. Not the music. Yeah. God
We're doing a
damn.
heist on our road.
Listen, we got ambience.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the right ambience, but I guess so.
I can find better.
I don't. Well, it's not a heist.
Okay, hold on.
Fantasy.
You're stealing from the party's robe. Of course, it's a heist.
Yeah, exactly.
He's asleep and bedridden.
It's a heist.
Still a rogue.
All right, so
Got it.
Just snatches your ring.
Yes.
you help Dudley to go sit down.
Yeah.
He
Lilith
like lays
probably
down.
like-
You give him like a pillow and a blanket, and he manages to make kind of a bed.
As she like lays him down, she's like, "By the way, thank you for going all along with it. I had to make something up."
Yes,
I
yes, it's
understand.
fine, it's fine. Kind of like waves his hand.
Hit him on the forehead.
I just want to sleep.
Fair enough. Well, have a good rest. If you need anything, of course, let us know. Once we're all back, of course.
Right. If I'm even back awake by then.
Fair enough. And she like make sure that he's like all like good to go and
As you're leaving the
Before-
room, he's like, being resurrected is very exhausting.
I could imagine. Lilith will go into the bedroom, I guess, and like peek her head in. And is Pascal asleep?
Actually,
We DM'd Fletcher again.
I need to. Hold on. I'm gonna roll
Is he-
something.
Oh.
Ooh.
Fletcher, get in.
Okay. Okay, never mind. No, it's good.
It's
Okay.
street.
Oh, are you rolling for Changeling?
Well, I was. I already rolled it.
Oh.
Oh.
He still looks like Pascal.
There's a stranger in his bed.
Who the fuck?
Who is this man? Oh no,
Kill him.
Pascal!
What happened? You're so
What have you
pale.
done to Pascal?
You're so pale, Pascal. What happened?
You're not my spooky bookie.
You're not
Bookie?
my
What
bookie.
happened?
So you walk in. He's kind of like fully like he has a blanket pulled over him. You know. You can see the white hair.
Jacob, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Sorry, he did the Discord notification audio on my fucking stream. I'm gonna lose it. Continue.
What if I do it too?
And his bags are on the ground next to him.
Okay. Can she double check to make sure that he's really sleeping?
Insight.
God damn it. Come on, Lola. I have a +6. 23.
Let's go.
Let's go.
He might not be like totally asleep. He's not totally awake either.
Okay. Does it seem like he will resist, you know?
Oh, hello?
If she like goes through his bag, will he like try to attack her?
Maybe if he notices, but you're not. He's like in a fever dream kind of state. It's really hard to like.
Ah, okay. Okay.
He's not
okay.
especially conscious.
Okay.
You can hear it. He's like
so-
mumbling.
Okay, she's gonna very carefully go through his bag and try to find the thing that she's looking for. She's not concerned about anything else. She just literally wants to find a thing that she's looking for and bring it back.
Okay.
Maybe just take a little extra gold as well.
Yeah,
She would not do that.
for her services. I would say roll stealth
Okay.
to see if you
Stealth?
can be
Okay.
quiet.
Come
Because
on,
you're not trying to
Lilith.
be subtle about the fact you're reaching around, other than the fact that you're trying to be quiet.
Okay, okay, come on, Lilith. 4?
You are admittedly making more noise than you want to, but I mean, he's like kind of fever dreaming still, so it's like
Thank God.
kind of like a
Can't
click,
believe I have a higher
you know.
stealth.
Her eyes are just like flickering back and forth between the bag and him. She's like, oh my God, what the is it his bag? Why is it so noisy? What is happening? I just want to find this.
There's
damn
so much
bag.
shit, like random coins just like lying around in here, just loose in the bag, and like shit he's stolen. There's like more equipment than you are expecting him to have on him that he just kind of has.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potions in here.
She's like, huh. Okay. Nope, that's not it. Nope, nope, nope. Is this it? I don't know. This?
Some
Nope,
kind of
nope,
creature's
nope.
flesh. You
All
can't
the-
really tell what it is.
There's a bunch of bones.
Some
Is this a
small vial
femur?
of green with like kind of a topper on it that like you have to unclick to open, like a safety cap kind of. Fantasy safety cap.
Ugh.
Really getting
I
to
don't
know
even
Bester.
want to
some
know what
bones.
this is.
You don't know what these bones are. There are actually a number of bones, and they don't look like they're all from the same thing.
She like picks up a little bone and then like a really big bone. She's like, ah, I get it now.
You do eventually
weird.
find it.
Thank God.
And as you pull it out of the bag, your wrist suddenly grabs. You look up. He's reaching, like he's like lurching out at you from the bed, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Good morning, sunshine. I'm getting something for Rylerin. Said it was in your bag?
Getting what?
Some pill? I don't know the details. I'm just here on a small side mission. If you want company that badly, I can grab Bennett.
Kind of like raise an eyebrow at you, and it's like, "No, not again. Give me the pills." He's like trying to reach for them.
No.
No.
He's gonna kind of like, you can see he's losing energy. He's like way too exhausted to really resist, you know?
Yeah, that's what I thought, big boy. Now get some rest, okay?
Fuck
Bennett!
you.
Oh, you wish. Bennett! Come here, honey.
Wolf scurries in.
Now Bennett will keep you company. I won't be gone too long. Don't miss me too much. Then she leaves.
And he's too
Bennett.
exhausted to put up a fight. He's clearly not happy about it, but
Bennett will keep him company.
what's he gonna do? Get you?
Yeah, exactly.
He also did look quite pale, but he wasn't as pale as he would be if his disguise had dropped.
Yeah, he's not like literally paper white.
Yeah. So you got the pills?
Anyway, Lilith is back. Let me move her. I have the thing. Whatever it is. Here you go. She'll hand it off to Rylerin.
Heist music still going?
Womp.
Woo!
Mission complete.
Yippee! Okay, then I
Head's
gotta
path. D&D.
drag that back over. I appreciate it. He's doing alright?
He told me not to give it to you.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna look over here literally. Here it is. It's the right bottle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hold it out to literally. I'm not sure if it can be recreated. If it can be, that'd be great.
And you don't know what's inside of each individual pill specifically.
I don't have a great memory, unfortunately. If I did, then I don't remember it at the moment.
Okay. Well, I'll have a look. I can
Okay.
probably figure out what it is. You mind if I... And she kind of like points to the door, like, take this, you know?
I mean, even if it don't work out, I'll be at the same amount. I'll just have one, right?
Yeah. Probably. I mean, there's always a chance that it'll end up damaged when I'm trying to look at it, but
We'll see how it goes.
yeah. If you need me before I find you, you can find me at the Elixirium, which is my potion shop. You can also buy potions there.
Oh, lovely. I'll be sure to come by then.
It's great.
I'm sure it is, ma'am.
All right. Bye, Noel. Bye, Ignir. Bye, others.
Bye, everyone else.
I love her so much. Oh my god.
Takes
Good
it
night,
to the
like, bye
elixir
bye.
game.
I'm trying to think what else we can do with this. Should we tell them about the liquid sunlight, or do we want to keep that to ourselves? Because I don't know what they can do with it. Like, they have, assumingly, the spells to be able to fuck with it.
We have liquid sunlight.
Did you say this in
What?
character?
Do you?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, no debate. Aloy. All right.
Noel kind of like turns and is like, "What do you mean liquid sunlight?"
The sort
Exactly what I said.
that if it's the container's even open, it will blind everyone in the room. Liquid sunlight.
Rin just kind of stares at you, and Noelle kind of like runs her fingers through her hair and is like, "If only Lidley was still here." All right. How do you even? Where did you find this?
In a
And what does
tavern.
it look like?
We found it in a tavern with a mimic room.
What?
Long story. I'll pull out the tube. He basically drilled a hole into it and blinded everybody. I mended it. He tried to drink it. That's why I was concerned. He has a habit of trying to drink things that he shouldn't.
Kind of like pulls her
One
neck back in
time.
surprise, while holding her hand out like, "Give it to me."
I'll only pull it to the tube. I want to keep the diamond because we don't even know if the pyramid it has the same thing. So
Yeah. So you hand her the tube, and as she's looking at it, she's like, "I am so glad that I did not give you access to the second floor."
What an adult.
What a baby.
And you see her pull out from like you see her reach kind of into the back part of her cloak, and it seems like she has one of those like satchels that's right at like the base of your spine, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And you're pretty sure it's a component pouch because she pulls out a small pearl and is like, "All right, give me a few minutes."
10?
11.
Ah, right.
And she goes over here and sits down.
We need to get you one of those pearls.
Oh, Lord, just standing there like, "I'll say." Like eye twitches.
You know, I actually have identified repaired.
Sorry, I'm taking notes.
Anything.
Feel free to roleplay. If anything is to be said. Just want to
Well,
make sure I
that
keep up
sure
with
is
my notes
great.
while we go, so I don't have to watch the session back.
We need to go shopping.
Shopping.
Shopping for what?
I like shopping.
Well, yeah, that would be nice.
We have an overabundance of money.
I wouldn't say it's an overabundance. We just have some in our pocket. It's gonna, for us specifically, we're gonna use it up rather quickly, Alor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to find it. Ignair,
Yes.
you wouldn't happen to have diamonds worth about 300 gold pieces that I could perhaps buy off you?
Hold on.
Are you going to use all of your platinum.
I need to get a diamond. I do not have the armor to buy to do it again.
True. You also don't have armor.
I have chainmail still in my.
That's true. Not on you, but
Not
it's
on me.
it's there. It's out there.
Yeah.
You said he goes. You said 300 gold.
Yeah, 300 gold piece diamond.
Alistair says, revivify, I presume.
Yeah, we things are happening. I'm starting to feel a bit concerned for our safety, so I'd like a more surefire method of bringing somebody back, rather than trying to scramble around and find something, and pray that Raymond blesses me again.
Sure. Yeah, we do. I'll even give you a discount.
A discount? Lord. Thank you, I'd appreciate that.
Say about 30% off. He'll sell it to you for 200 gold.
Sorry?
He will sell it to you for 200 gold.
Such a good discount. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be, yeah, well, give me 350. Huh?
Yeah, I'll give you a discount. 600 gold.
What? What? Is it to Alistair, I'm assuming? Who's saying that? Or?
Ignor said that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll gladly take you up on that. And I'll pull up my pocket and pull it 20 platinum. That's still like, yeah, that's all I got. I don't have gold. I only have platinum. Here you go.
And he takes the platinum and is like, huh, nice. Kind of like waves his arm, and one of the random grunts runs past you guys and goes in the direction of the estate instead.
Hell yeah. Aaron boys, we're slowly getting rid of the numbers here, guys. We just need to get a couple of
And then we can attack. I heard attack. I Goring rush Kuval and Ignor into the creed.
Oh my god, that'd be crazy.
Gnark, the ultimate Swiss.
Gnark, don't.
Plunk.
Gnark has us fucking the mark of Raisman in his pupil. Gnark, no. We were all too short to see it.
Narul knew this whole time.
No.
The only one who was tall enough to see.
Oh my god.
Which means Narul has one too.
Oh, Minotaur follow
Minotaur.
Raisman? That's crazy. Maybe racism was right.
Just racism in general.
Ozzy! Oh my god!
I'm gonna get you.
Oh god! No! Sit, boy!
No,
I'm too cool, too fast.
gotta go fast.
No! Man, Rip Fletcher, he would have loved
Chili dogs.
He would have loved Ozzy.
But yeah, Aussie comes back in and taps Alor kind of like on the side because he's short, he's small. And you turn and he has
yes.
this little pouch that you assume is filled with what you requested. And he just goes, "Here you go."
I don't like that.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. His voice is notably different in each phrase he says.
Ooh, I don't like that at all.
Creepy little
Would
thing.
Yes, Jacob?
Would you?
know any like things that have change in voice? Hello?
Roll
Do you want
history. Or flat intellect, I mean.
History.
History's got his eyes on you.
How do you write it like history has its
eyes.
history has its eyes? In general.
It's
I think
21.
I rolled pretty good, guys.
21, that's pretty hot. Imagine leaving a +2 to history as a wizard.
You met a little fellow once, who was about the same height, and he had a long beak and black feather. It's Kenku.
Oh my god, it's a Kenku! Guys,
It's a
can we
Kenku.
adopt him?
You've met a Kenku before, and he did a very similar thing of speaking only in phrases he had heard before, and mimic them quite well.
Oh my god, I love it.
Sorry.
Your deduction is helped by you look on the ground where he came from, and there's a black feather that seems to have fallen out from under his clothing. You're like, I deduce.
How very interesting.
It's like the feather's like right by his leg, and you look at it, and he looks at you, looks at it, steps on it, and like pulls it in toward him, like under his foot.
You see a bird foot.
He's got shoes on.
What? Poor guy.
Yeah. But you look at him again, he just stares at you with a lifeless mask.
He does a little motion.
No, because then you'd see his hand.
You mean his feathers?
Wow!
He actually is wearing silicone gloves. Like, you know how fucking Marvel actors will wear silicone feet so they can run barefoot? He just has silicone hands to look as if they're regular human hands. What else? I mean, Aelor could shop as well, ask if they have a pearl. I guess
Already
Aelor...
got something for free. I don't know.
That's why you can buy it with a discount that he gave me and assumingly will also give you. Because we're friends now.
I don't know. That feels wrong.
I need to add... Oh my god. just
It feels
add-
wrong to you, but does it feel wrong to Allure?
Nope. You don't have a pearl by chance? Maybe around 100 gold?
Just the fucking... Nope. So good.
Do you guys... He... I'm actually gonna roll to see if he does. I don't know if... No, he does. Okay. So, he says, as a matter of fact, we do.
Ah, I would like to buy that from you guys.
$300.
How much does the pearl need to be worth?
100 gold.
100.
He's like 200, so it just makes up the difference from Rylands. No. He's like, I'll sell that to you for 80. But that's
Sounds-
the limit to my charity.
Sounds good to me.
I got a
Handed
bit of discount.
8 platinum. 8 platinum.
You will have quite a lot of platinum. He says as he takes it. And the guy from before comes back with this like little like locked box. Pulls out a key, opens it, and shows it to Rylerin. It is a diamond.
I appreciate that.
Ignir is like, thank you. Now could you go back and get a pearl? He looks at Ignir, sighs.
Oh,
Fucking turns and runs out again.
oh, poor guy.
No, what else can we ask for?
I feel a little bad for that.
What other errands do we make this errand boy run?
Getting his steps in, that's for sure.
Think nothing of it. consider the discounts for your trust earlier.
I give a little nod. I don't believe there's anything else that we can think of for Creed. Is there a lore? An arc?
Guess not.
No, no.
I mean, I don't think I know anything about it. Creed. I'm pretty sure I
Oh,
wasn't
you-
there for all the Creed stuff.
Yeah, you're blinded and looking prone in the bed. Drumroll, Noelle has the information.
Yeah, so she comes down and is like, yeah, Identify couldn't give me everything I needed, but it did provide some valuable insight. First and foremost, well, it does contain liquid sunlight. Although how it is, let's say, distilled is still unclear to me. The object itself is designed to house it in a safe way, and the wood is enchanted to insulate the light that it would emit, along with radiation.
Did he almost drink radiation?
If he had drank it, he would have certainly died. Even being exposed to it probably had some side effects that you haven't seen yet. But they shouldn't be too severe since they were brief.
I slowly turned to Aelor.
If
Give
you
a
were to
smile and
be...
thumbs up.
he kind of goes, she kind of goes, you know how elves or humans might get sunburnt if they're in the sun for too long?
Yeah.
It'd be like that to a much more severe extent and in your throat. It's the same kind of effect that causes that would be dangerous to you. But this vial, if you will, is enchanted in such a way to prevent that, and made out of a special kind of wood. I believe you guys already knew.
Yeah, we knew that a special kind of wood because we were talking with somebody about it, and it's from the Lunic Peninsula again, right? Because we were trying to find the person who carved it. We never got to find them.
Yeah?
No.
Yeah, so she continues. There's something else, though.
Oh?
For lack of a more specific insight, it is used for divination. They
Like,
can be used to spy on people.
I think we're getting something. I remember vaguely something about that.
Yeah, you did know. You in fact, when you saw it for the first time, had a glimpse. Retroactively, that was that. It was
Right. Well, that's good to know. I appreciate that. Kind of like hold out my hand to get it back? Question mark.
Yeah, she hands it back to you.
Thank you. Put it back in my bag. As for the questions for Speak with Dead, is there anything y'all want to know specifically? The more specific the question, the better it'll be. They can... If it's vague, then they can just give a brief answer. That won't give much.
Anything you can ask to figure out why he was here and why he had it. He seemed to be fairly well trusted by Resman.
Did you find his mark?
And he clearly was trustworthy because when caught in a situation of danger, he decided to kill himself instead of revealing anything.
Did you find where the mark was?
He's just gonna be like, his thigh.
How big?
Fairly small. It was, I would say, probably a medium size, especially after seeing yours. But it was subtle. If we didn't know what we were looking for, it would have looked like a strange birthmark or some sort of vitiligo.
Yeah, usually the marks usually look like that. But considering it's still medium size, it means that he wasn't completely trusted. Generally, the smaller it gets, the more trusted you are, but also the more obvious the position shows that as a deep level of trust, knowing that they would display the mark without like fear of it, I suppose. I believe there's someone we're looking for, there's mention of that had it in their pupil or something of the sort. So real small, but real out in the open. Those are the people that he'd be real close with.
The pupil, you say?
I believe so.
Yes, that was, you heard it was either in or on the eye. There was
Yeah.
someone like that he trusted very highly.
Yeah.
Alistair says, I've met someone like that.
Who was it?
Well, I guess I've met two people like that. And he reaches under his hood, unbuckling the mask and pulling it down.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
And as you look into his eye,
Oh my god.
you can see the mark of Raisman
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
branded upon him clearly. The brand of a traitor.
Me too! Me too!
And that's where we're gonna end the session.
No, you get back here. You get back here right now. You get back here right now. I'm not done with you. We continue.
Oh, it's too perfect.
No, please.
I know, but it's too dramatic.
No, we can end with the speak with Dad, please.
That was the original plan, but then you mentioned the eye thing, and I was like,
I take it back. I take it
Yeah.
back. I take it back. I want to keep playing it.
Arson, this is your fault.
It's only been three hours. Please.
I know, but there is something I want. This didn't go how I was expecting quite, and there's something I need to prep for anyway, in case. And it's been 3.5, you know?
But we also like fucked around. It's only been 3 and 20, and we were like fucking around for 20 minutes. It's only been 3.
I know.
Please.
But it's a slightly shorter session.
Please.
3 hours is still a long time.
Please. I want to keep going.
I didn't think you were going to try to speak with Deb with him, so I need to prepare something.
Can you at least describe what
Yeah,
Alistair looks like?
Yes, I can actually.
Is he hot? Sorry.
Arson.
Don't
Every
arson me. You know what I was gonna say. You're also a whore, GG.
Okay, but I wrote Lilith to be like that. I don't think you wrote Rylerin to be like that.
No,
Huh,
but I'm
thank
asking
you.
for me. Me no. Me arson wants to know. Me arson whore.
Bruh.
Don't bruh me. You've been
Bruh.
new. You've been new.
I'm still gonna judge you.
I'm still gonna judge you. To give you the image of what he looks like with his mask, sort of, it is a bit like this. This was the original thing that I used.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And under the mask, his skin is kind of like this palish blue.
Okay.
You can see his hair is sort of like,
It's a similar color. It's the same like kind of steely gray. There's a streak of white in it. And his nose is quite flat, more flat than it would be for a human, for he is not a human. And lastly, you can see his ears are like those of a cow. He is a furbolg.
Oh my god, he's just a little guy. Hi, Cal. You came at the worst time. We just ended session.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Cal.
It is this, but with a mark on his left eye. I'll actually do.
I have used that fucking furball guard before. It is
really funny.
It is so fun.
Feral?
Listen.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Furball god. Which eye is it on?
His left.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We both have a scar over our lips. Oh my god. That's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he was actually made
wow.
intentionally to mirror you.
What?
In some ways, or adapted for it rather. He was originally a player character that I had in a campaign a while ago.
Oh.
So was Aussie. Aussie was actually, funnily enough, the
What a mash scars. My exact thoughts, Cal. My exact
Insane.
fucking thoughts.
Aussie was originally the beta version of Alistair. So I made Aussie first, but realized that wasn't exactly the type of character I wanted to play, and then I ended up with Alistair.
And then Alistair never fell through.
We got a few sessions in, but it wasn't a full campaign.
Fair enough.
This is what the mark on his eye looks like. It's a little more. I drew that over the drawing rather than as a part of it.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. I've been waiting for a character like this to appear.
So fucking cool.
I've had that design in mind the whole time for how a mark on the eye would look. But it needed to be someone, like a mark on the eye means you are, like, even respected by Raisman. So.
So me and Alistair need to chat.
Yeah, you sure do.
I'm gonna get real chatty with them.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I bet you are.
Shut the fuck up. And the
I mean,
best,
she's not wrong.
I love that the two people that I've interested are both fucking taller than me.
What I love is that Gigi's character is a slut.
Yep.
But she's shaming you.
I know.
And your character is conservative, but you're a slut.
I know. Like, he's
Hey,
like, okay, so
I'm still a slut though. So.
Ryan isn't conservative. He just
He's
has
not politically conservative, but like romantically, interpersonally.
He just hasn't
In the sense of the opposite of a slut.
He's just too busy. He's got too much on his plate. He doesn't think about romance.
He's busy that day.
Yeah. Man.
Ratherman and Lilith are so opposite.
So funny.
They will be best friends, I think.
I really want Lilith to play wing woman for him so bad.
So it would be so good.
It'd be so bad, actually.
Lilith,
She's like, ooh,
Lilith
no,
will see
Ratherman, no.
It'll either be her severely judging him because he looked at somebody for too long, and she's like, I know what you are. No. And he's like, what did I do? I just looked at them.
For
I
too
just
long.
What do you mean too long? He's a tall man. There's a lot to look at.
Yeah, tall man.
Lilith, I don't know what you're talking. What is your problem? I'm polite.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
What does that mean?
You'll figure it out, big boy.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What am I missing here?
Absolutely nothing.
That's a lie. I can tell.
Oh, can you now?
My pace of insight is very high.
Yeah, literally, I can tell. What do you mean by that? I can't tell that much though. I know what song you're thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna end stream though for now, so we can keep chatting because this is funny. Bye. I just think it doesn't get recorded.
Goodbye, Avrignon.
Goodbye, everyone. Hopefully we play
Bye.
next week. I
Hopefully.
really want to keep
Bye.
playing.
I drew Palpy.
Peppy. Bye.